That's better. Alright, hello, let's get started. We have everyone except August today, but that's okay. Let's do recap with an actual real die, a D4 today.
Oh.
Instead of a fake D5. Let's see, I got 3, which is me. Ah,
Again?
I've been getting it a lot now.
Dude, that's like roll it again.
Roll it again? Roll it
Yeah,
with
roll it again.
disadvantage?
No, roll it again. You've had it like 4 weeks in a row. It feels unfair.
Okay, I got
Unless
2.
you want to give it. You want to give it?
No, you can give it now, I got 2.
Okay. It won't be nearly as good. So we didn't play last week because Thanksgiving, right?
Wow, good recap. Okay, let's go.
That's last week's recap.
Amazing.
You did re-roll. Yeah, you re-rolled the dice. That's not on me, brother. So last session 2 weeks ago, we continued traveling east, I believe. We saw a tree in the kind of outbreak or something, kind of resembling or the description we were told finally. We made our way there, and there was like a grotto that was just like full of life. And I believe at that point, the party split as we fantastically do. And food has been a concern from day one in this pit. So Jared's pretty much dedicated his entire time harvesting food, and the other 3 went inside to do stuff that Jared wasn't entirely focused on. But I recall something to do with an undead spirit inside the center of this grotto. I can't recall where exactly. It might have been a tree. Was it a tree, DM? The inside of a tree.
The center of the grotto.
Yes.
It was like a tree on a small island surrounded by a little stream.
Yes. And at that point, Dermo talked with a man named Filliman, I believe.
Yep.
Who was a druid in his previous life. But I don't know how much they were able to relay because the Ghost Speak amulet is not something they had. I think that Filliman was like writing on a piece of paper, illusory script, maybe is what it was, of some kind.
So
Where he was writing on something. The description was like it disappeared after he wrote it or something.
Yeah, so writing would not you would not be able to read the text after he wrote it, but you were able to watch very closely him as he was writing it, because the actual movements of his hand were like the actual the text. It's just that the text would become essentially magically scrambled as he was writing. So you could still understand him. It's just a pain in the butt.
Right. I'm not sure what else happened after that. I did have an IBS flare and I left, and it was like 30 minutes before we finished.
Yeah,
so I really didn't hear it too much.
Let me take a look at my notes. The spirit said, Filliman said that he would help you guys, teach you guys how to overcome the ghasts, which is apparently something that only he knows how to do, if you helped him with something.
Yeah, to become a nature spirit, right?
He wants to become a nature spirit, which is as far as you know, some kind of special undead of some kind. I don't know that he actually really fully explained that. And so he needed your help to perform the ritual and gather some things. So we kind of ended on trying to figure out what those 3 things are that you need. I think it was it something of faith, something of nature, and something of the spirit.
Spirit, yeah.
So does anyone remember exactly what you'd come up with? Because I remember the first 2 you had come up with something. I think something of nature was just just Dermo, or
some of the fungus growing on his back.
Yeah, it was a mushroom that was growing on his back. He was like, okay, sure. Something of faith. I think it was the dagger.
My spare ceremonial dagger.
Spiritual dagger. Yeah, ceremonial dagger. Okay, that's right. I remember.
But we need something of spirit and we took it literally of like something that was important to him.
Yeah.
But he was like a non-materialistic man, so we're like, maybe his corpse is
Right.
somewhere around you.
Yeah, that was the lead that you guys were following. Because he and then you had asked him
And
like,
then you asked Jared if he'd seen something. I think you described something in the area that it wasn't a body, but you described that I looked or something. Had me do a roll and check and stuff.
I think you had asked me like, did I happen to come across a dead body?
Yeah,
and I was
that's
just
right.
like, no, you didn't happen to come across.
Fair enough. Yeah, I would have remembered
I
that if
think
I
that
did.
was it.
Yeah.
Also, I added this. You should be able to see it there. I added a tree icon to your map, so that in the future you can return to this spot, and the nature grotto will be there.
That's cool.
But GM, if we don't find a new Ghost Speak amulet, how are we supposed to finish Port Phantasmus?
Good question.
How are we supposed to trade with the Ghost Pirates?
Oh no.
This is not going to lead to the true ending. We didn't do all the side quests.
Oh, the side quests. Let's see. So, we continue. Oh, let me check something really quick. Okay, that looks right. So, let's go ahead and start. So you are, basically you have just asked the spirit, oh, like maybe we could use your body. Do you know where your body is? And he's like, nope. He shakes his head.
Yep. See, so we're good to start now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Zephylos has had experience with restless ghosts, I would say. At least his quest log says that he does.
You got the quest points for it, DM. He got them. I was there for it.
Yes, correct.
Jared wasn't. Con was there, but I can, as a player, I can attest he has the QP.
I do have the QP, and with that knowledge and any other, because as much as I think spirits are like a religious thing, they're also kind of an arcane thing. The ones that linger behind, I would say. So maybe he's read, not necessarily necromancy stuff, but like maybe things about spirits. Would he be able to make an assumption as to maybe the body would be close to the place he's haunting? Like maybe it'd be nearby because he's anchored down to the spot.
It make an Arcana check, or I will make one for you because you are.
I have a proficiency of 3 and a modifier of 4, so it should be +7.
Yeah, I can just open your sheet to do it.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, I should have said that to public. I'm sorry. You got you got an 11.
Gross.
Yeah, that's not great. It's unclear exactly. Sometimes a ghost will, or an undead creature of some kind, will end up near where they died. But as far as you know, that's not like a hard rule.
All right, I got nothing, guys.
Well, I don't think Jared and Oz are there.
Yeah, I'm.
Oh, I'll go.
I'm definitely not.
I thought
I want to consult with them.
I thought Oz was, but Jared was out foraging.
Yeah, I'm foraging still, for sure.
I don't remember why, but at some point I was supposed to go out to like give
Somebody
Oz
was
something.
coming out. I don't remember why.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were you giving him?
I don't remember. I just
Something
remember.
that Dermo gave you, like it was something weird.
A Dermo trinket, if you will.
Yeah, it would have been a little Dermo trinket or something.
It's like an Elden Ring NPC. He'll just give you some bullshit and disappear and never explain what happened. Like, what do I do? What do I do with it's a bolt of fur? Is this yours? Are you fur? Where's your fur? Why do I hold it?
It's like those
He's
random
gone.
NPCs that show up and give you a kebab and then just disappear.
Just disappear.
Dermo is a random encounter confirmed.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say that Oz, you have left the tree area, and you go looking for Jared, and he's not like hiding or anything, so you find him after a few minutes nearby.
And I think I'd probably just like chill with him because I'm like, it's like there's all this magic shit going on. I don't know what's happening.
I'm not a ranger, I'm a rogue ranger. Magic.
Yeah, magic ain't my shit. So I'd be chilling outside.
Okay, so the spirit Filliman will go back to writing on his piece of paper, which is now full of scribbled gibberish, at least to your eyes. And Zephylos and Dermo watch him as he continues to write, and he writes down, I don't remember dying, but my remains could be nearby.
One sec, I'm just coming inside the house now.
Sure, take your time.
In the meantime, I'll make a ship post. Here we go. Ready? And we're off. First one of the night.
Oh no. Dermo, the party. Random garbage.
And the train is rolling, boys. I mean, like, when we called it out, it's immediately how I felt about half the stuff Dermo does. It's like, take this, brother. It's like, what on earth are you handing me? Is this a bushel of berries? Where'd you find this? On my travels. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I got another one, hang on.
Gotta love having a druid, though. Yeah, whoa, this is worthless.
We're gonna make him mad. He's gonna stop sharing his berries now.
The good cherries are pretty cool, though. I like the flavor he put on those. So
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen anyone like make a good a good berry kind of like that. Usually there's the flavor, but he changed it to be a cherry, like name the cherry too. I like that. I love the flavor like that.
Someone should change it to be like a donut. Something.
Right.
Something that's clearly not healthy or natural. Turn it into like Twinkies.
If we're doing Dermo memes, I'm ready. I got a couple here. I'm just thinking of now. Zephylos with a Z or an X? Zephylos with a Z. X? Okay. No one's safe from the memes tonight, boys.
Is someone shitposting in my neighborhood?
Here's another one.
No.
I imagine it's a completely different neighborhood.
Sorrows. Bob, who never asked to leave the farm?
Sheep he's been dragging around since like session 3. He never asked to
Oh,
get caught up in
wow.
any of it.
I always imagined it was spelled B-A-A-B.
Fine, DM. You got me on a technicality.
I just didn't recognize it at first. True. Very true.
I love that meme. All right, I'm good to go now, homies.
Like
Alright,
Zaros is so proud of Zephylos for bringing another follower. Dermo's struggling to stay above water, and the whole faith thing, he's doing his best. Then Bob's like, "Why am I here? What I just want kill me and make me into chops, please."
Okay.
Guys,
So-
that's the answer to getting through the swamp of death. We have
We
to
eat
have
the
all
sheep?
our food be live. They won't rot.
Of course. Unless those things die. And then they become gross because they died in the swamp.
Yes.
Filliman, Ghost Filliman writes on his paper, "Don't remember where I died, but my remains could be nearby if we need them."
I can't hear you because there's a motorcycle if you're talking.
Me?
I don't know. Somebody talking?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, guess that fixes it. Someone was driving by real loud.
Sorry, I'm just logging in real quick.
Oh, sure.
What are we waiting on? Danny?
Yeah, I'm
So-
sorry. It's loading still.
Okay, no worries.
We're just looking.
There we go. Okay, I'm in now.
We're just looking at the regional map right now, anyway.
Okay. So yeah, Zephylos will go outside to get the other two.
Alright.
And when he sees them, he's going to wave them down and say, "So I have some news from the resident of this grotto."
DM, what have I foraged? Because that's what I'd be eating as he approached.
You were looking for food, right?
Yeah.
You find a assortment of nuts and berries.
How much and what kind?
Let's see. It's only been like maybe an hour, so just a handful of each.
Yeah, I'm just munching as he comes out. What did you find?
Just munching on some almonds.
So, inside this grotto is the ghost of the person we were supposed to find. They have passed away.
Ghost?
Yep.
Nut? I put my hand down.
Sure, yeah, I'll take a nut.
I'll go back to eating.
But
What do you want?
Well, it's a little hard to tell because I can't speak ghost. But essentially, it boils down to he has a way in life where he used to fight the gas. Like, you know how we couldn't touch him, not even with my magic?
Yeah.
He apparently has gas repellent, to put it simply. Or a way of hurting them. It wasn't clear, but it's something to combat them.
I'm gonna pop the rest of the nuts in my mouth. I'm gonna say, "Why from the water?"
One more time.
Something we want. Something we want. Then is what I said.
Yeah, yes. Very valuable information, I would say, considering we don't know how much further in the swamp we have to go. And then we have to go all the way back, so that's another like week or two of traveling in this place.
You see
So-
Jared kind of picking at his teeth with his nails, trying to get the bits of nut out of his like jaw, and he goes, "Did we give him what he needs?"
We have the first two things, but the third thing is a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
He
Well, what is it?
needs something of the spirit, and we interpreted it in a way where it's literal, something that belonged to him.
I'll kind of like look around and I'll say, "This kind of whole place belongs to him, I guess. If he hangs out here still."
Yeah,
And the gas don't come here clearly because the food's grown, and I'll hold out what like a piece of core of a fruit that I'm eating.
but I don't think that's what the magic implies. I was actually kind of thinking maybe if we can find his body, perhaps that would count.
He's looking for a spirit, not body.
Something of the spirit, and he's a spirit.
There are
And
two
he would-
options.
okay.
You got your spirit, you got your body.
Okay,
Okay.
then what would you suggest?
I'm gonna go talk to him, and I'll walk in. I'll walk into the. I'll walk into the tree because I hadn't talked to him yet. I don't know what he wants. I don't know. We can't talk to him. And I imagine I see him in the tree. DM.
He's still waiting outside the tree with Dermo.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna pull out a piece of parchment and begin writing on it. Actually, I'm gonna kick in the dirt an X. I'm just gonna draw a drag with my foot an X, right?
Okay.
And then a circle, like kind of a couple feet to the side of it, both in front of the doorway. And then I'll start writing on a parchment. And using illusory script, I am going to Oh, dude, I'm out of pack magic. We haven't rested. Never mind. I'm not going to. Fuck me. I'm not gonna do anything. Thought we rested. I forgot we did stuff. Shit. I should look at my
while
shit
he's-
before session.
While he's doing that, I will.
I won't be doing that. I won't even walk up to the tree. I'm just gonna stand there and stare at Zephylos and say, "Let's find the body," because I don't know what else to do at this point.
That's what I was going to suggest. Like, well, I can't do anything with magic, so I can help you try and find the body.
Yeah. I would have seen if we could have pinpointed exactly what he wanted, but if I can't do anything, then let's just go with the best idea we do have, which is find the body. I'm gonna stick with Oz though, because he's the navigator.
Alrighty.
I do know what a
Who's
dead
going-
body looks like though, so I'll be on the lookout.
Who all is going out to search?
I guess the three of us and Dermo can stay back.
Yeah, Dermo can stay back and make sure nothing goes wrong.
Make sure that he keeps an eye on the ghost.
Alright, let's do...
Or both of them. Who knows?
I guess this is kind of like investigation. 'Cause
Yo,
you're
say less, fam.
searching for stuff. So, I guess each of you can make a check for this time.
Can I? Okay, I mean, I was gonna
You can
search
just-
with. I was gonna search with Oz because
Yeah, just each do one, it's fine.
I said investigation.
Yep.
Okay.
Now you have to get a 16, so we get straight.
I rolled the highest one. I rolled a nat 20.
Imagine having a +7.
Imagine.
Imagine having a plus minus one.
Imagine beating Zephylos.
I can imagine having a plus minus one.
Oh yeah, Oz gets it. Oz understands.
We need to
Okay.
get y'all headbands of intelligence.
So what do we investigate?
You search the area surrounding the big tree for any signs of a deceased body. You guys kind of split up a little bit as you move around, and eventually, Jared, something catches your eye. Having walked around a little bit, you kind of passed it up at first, but you see something that you took quick notice of when you were foraging, which is a fallen tree. And as you go to investigate it, you see underneath the fallen tree there does appear to be a set of human remains.
I'll look behind me and see if I see Oz, and then I'm not gonna yell. I'm just gonna gesture to him. I'll be like, I think I found it, like in a talking voice, real calm.
Approaching.
Does it look pretty gruesome? Like how long's it been here? Does it look like the bones are there? So
It looks like it could have been a couple weeks, maybe even more.
it stinks. Then it's like
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's
probably
pretty gross.
festering a bit.
Yep.
I'm gonna say, pretty much smelled it. I don't know why I didn't walk over here when I was looking for food. Maybe because I was too driven. I'll just start rambling over the dead body. I'm gonna say, I think this is a dead guy, but like, it could be anybody in these swamps. Just the food run out and you just fall over, and then this happens to you. I've seen shit like that happens out here before. It's kind of. I'm just rambling as we point at the dead body.
I think it's safe to say this is probably him.
Cool. And I'll just kind of scoop him into a pile and put my hand out for a bag.
What?
I don't have a bag. I'm putting my hand out for a bag. I'm like, you got a bag?
You have my only bag.
I know. That's why I'm asking for a bag. I'll look over at Zephylos. Is he within eyeshot?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, you want to tell him we need a bag? You want to yell it to him? You want to yell to him we need a bag?
Sure. Well,
Why can't you do it?
go get Zephylos' attention?
Yelling might be best. How far away is Zephylos? He's not with us, is he?
I imagine you guys kind of like fanned out a little
Yeah.
bit, but can still yell to get each other's attention.
Go over to where Zephylos is, or wave him down if he sees me coming, and gesture over to where we found the body.
Goodness. Is that it?
We found a body as he comes over.
Probably.
I don't really know what he looked like when he was living, but hopefully better than that. And I'll kind of I'll poke at the bones. DM, his arm bones and stuff are there?
Yeah.
Can I pick up kind of not the other bone on the top part of your arm, like the one that's kind of silly, and I'm gonna pick it up and say, I guess he's not joking right now. And I'll drop the humorous.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be the funny bone.
It's the humorous, right?
That makes sense too. Ha.
So you got a bag, Zephylos?
Not one that can hold an entire human corpse.
Just
Here, let's.
I'm not picking it up. I
Okay.
scooped it. I gesture. I scooped it in a pile there. That's all I'm doing. Just made the mess kind of in a pile.
Alright, well, let's try to at least be respectful with it, just because don't want to piss off the ghost that belongs to.
It's all there.
Yeah, okay. I'm wearing my gloves. I'll go up behind it and like kind of grab it by the shoulders and the underarms and try to drag it like backwards towards the center of the grotto.
Couple weeks, you're not doing that, buddy. It's falling
Yeah.
apart on you easy. You're
Yeah,
scooping this.
you start
soup.
dragging it, it starts coming apart.
Oh,
It's
goodness.
closer to a soup than a body at this point.
Do I have a spell for this?
Yeah. Let's see. Do I have a spell for this?
Ah, of course. I've prepared transport corpse.
Well, I mean, animate dead does exist, GM.
Oh,
Walk your ass back in there,
Walk
Filliman.
him back over there. No fucking way he does it.
Dude, if you animate his corpse to walk himself back into the tree, I'm calling it a session. It can't get better. It literally cannot get better than that's a session. Do you have animate
Oh my
corpse?
God.
I don't have animate dead now.
Oh shit, I'd be crying. That would have been the
that
highlight of
would've
the
been
session.
If I
amazing.
had it though, if it wasn't a gut fixing, I maybe would have done it.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant if you had it. Yeah, I don't want to pick it up, DM. It's like bone soup.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hold on. We only need something of the spirit, right?
I don't know, man. You were there. I've been out here eating nuts.
That's
All
what
right.
it says.
What did he
There's
say? Was it
something.
something or all of it? Because that's a very big difference, and I'm pointing down at the pile.
It said-
Something we can do.
It said something.
Do either of you have something sharp?
I'm gonna pull out, but as soon as you say sharp, you hear shink of a knife coming from a holster in like a wrist blade, and I hand you a small like dirk.
I look at the small dirk. I take out my own like gladius blade, and I'm like, okay. If we're daggering it up, we're daggering it up, I suppose. GM, I would like to decapitate this corpse.
Okay. It only takes a few moments. You get a little snap, and then you got the skull.
Okay. We should take mental note of where the rest of it is in case this doesn't work.
Yeah, it's by the rotting corpse over here, and I'll like it stinks. We could probably find it from that.
Well, the whole swamp stinks, but
Yeah,
this doesn't smell that great. Okay, I want to like carry the head, kind of like Helios in God of War 3.
Yeah, that's how I pictured you doing it.
And we're going to bring it back to the dude. I will take a moment to green flame blade to like cauterize the bottom of the neck where it was severed, so that there's not like bits falling out.
Sure.
We're probably past that again. The skin's probably barely hanging onto the bone in a couple weeks.
I don't know how corpses work.
Especially in a swamp like this, all the soft tissue's probably gone. As soon as we moved the body, the bones were probably the only thing staying in place. Or, like, stable. Waterlog is a real thing.
So, you take the head back over to the big tree, where you find Dermo and Filliman once again,
And Bob.
and Bob,
Let's not forget.
who exists.
Who exists. He's a real sheep.
Oh yes.
Yeah, well, we all walk back. Does the ghost seem pleased with the head,
Oh.
the decapitated head from his own corpse?
He looks at the head, and he makes this like grimacing face. But
Do you think this
nods,
handsome gentleman's you?
But sort of nods in approval.
I'm saying, was he understanding what you were saying, or you just couldn't understand him? I'll look over. I'm like, can you understand me?
He nods.
And say, is this what you're looking for?
Ooh.
Can you nod again, or shake your head instead of answering with your mouth?
He nods slowly.
I'm gonna say, let's just stick to that, and I'll pat him on his shoulder, and my hand's gonna go right through him.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's stick to the non-verbals. I'm saying, if only if there was some kind of fancy necklace or something, let me talk to you. But we don't have one, so we're just gonna have to deal with head gestures, buddy. I'm gonna say, is what you're looking for in this grotto? And I'll kind of gesture to the area around us.
You're asking the ghost?
Yeah, like nod yes or no.
He points at the skull, and then he points over at Zephylos, kind of like waving his hand a little bit to show he's like pointing at something that he had or used to be holding. And then
Was it something attached to the head? I'll point.
He does like a spherical motion with his hands.
A spherical motion. Hold on, I gotta pull your stream up. Can you show me spherical?
Yeah, he's like,
Like a orb, like a circle gesture.
Yeah, like he's holding something spherical.
I'll look over to Zephylos and say, I don't know.
He points at the skull and gives you a thumbs up.
Okay, he's happy with the skull.
I think he agrees with our assessment.
Okay, he seemed tentative, but the longer I guess he's got places to go. We'll give him the skull. Toss it to him.
So we got the 3 items for you. Now, how do we do the ritual to make you the nature spirit?
He goes back over to the very old book that he had been referencing previously for the ritual. And he turns the page, and you see there written in what I believe is an familiar language to most of you.
I speak
this big
common.
block of text.
I speak common.
You speak common.
I have a feeling I know what it is, and
I thought that would be a more dramatic list. It really isn't. Oh my gosh.
I'll ask Dermo if he understands it.
Dermo takes a look at it and he's like, "Oh, it's Druidic."
I'll nod like I knew that.
And then Filliman nods, and he turns the book pages outward towards Dermo, ushering him to take it. He starts looking over the thing, and so Filliman, he gestures towards the big block of Druidic text, and kind of fake taps Dermo on the shoulder, indicating that he needs to read it. And as Dermo starts looking through it, Filliman takes the 3 items that you guys had gathered, the mushroom, the ceremonial dagger, and his own head, and he places them in a sort of triangle shape on the floor and sits down at the center. He then gestures for Dermo to come over, and I guess they would be in a square because Dermo would be the 4th corner, with him in the middle. He gestures Dermo to sit over, completing this square of 4 things: the 3 items that you need, and then Dermo in the 4th corner, Filliman in the middle. And then he gives Dermo a little nod, at which point Dermo begins to read through the text, and essentially it is he is doing something that's very similar to just casting a ritual spell. He is making druidic incantations and doing certain little motions with his arms in order to perform this ritual.
I'm looking around the inside of this tree because it's the first time I've been in here, really.
So they will be occupied for an hour.
Yeah,
suppose.
They're an area where a person would have been living here maybe weeks ago, like a desk area or a bed area or some signs of a living person.
Yeah, underneath the tree, there's kind of like a tunnel that starts at the roots and then goes down beneath it underground. Um, and there is a pretty small opening in there, which just has like a small pile of ragged linens, which seem to be making a bed,
Mhm.
and then like a what did I say before? There was like a very crude wooden chest, um, and a couple of other items just kind of strewn about. Most of them are like handmade little things like bowls and spoons and other
I want to
little
crack this
little
chest open.
implements.
Can I crack the
Inside,
chest open?
yeah, it's unlocked. Inside there is a small number of very old-looking books, some charcoal for like that would be for writing, um,
Right.
a few mostly used candles, some some like fire making little items like flint and
Tinderbox,
stuff.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
Um,
tinder making things.
Short of the survival stuff, just the books pretty much are in there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is there anything of interest in common in here, or is it all druidic?
Um, a lot of it is written in Druidic, so you can't understand it, obviously. There is a little bit, um, like a personal journal, that is written in Common.
I'll yoink it, put it in my put it in my bag here, little satchel here.
The other thing that you note is there was actually one lying on the little table outside, although Jared hadn't seen it until just now. But there's a handful more of these little like empty pouch-looking things.
What do they look like?
They look very mundane, just kind of like a sewn little fabric pouch with nothing inside.
Color, fabric, what are they?
Oh geez, what fabric would he have access to in the middle of the swamp? I don't know.
They look like they're crafted from a swamp, though, like
Yeah,
swamp material.
they look like they're handcrafted from like plant fibers that you might find in the swamp.
How many of them are there?
There are. There is. Oh, how many would there be? There is one actually in there, and the other one is on the table outside already.
All right, I'll grab the. It looks like an odd pouch, though, like a custom druid pouch of some
like
kind.
he definitely made it himself. It seems.
And it's like not like a normal like backpack pouch. It's like special, weird shape, kind of small.
Yeah, it's small, kind of like an oval kind of shape. Really weird.
It's like the size of the chocolate bags from the SpongeBob episode when they were selling chocolate.
Yeah, kind of like that.
It's too small to have like to be for generic carrying stuff.
Yeah,
It's got a specific purpose to it, right?
It's unusually small.
I'll pocket that and I'll walk back to the ritual circle if that's all that I see.
Any other RP for the short amount, or I guess the hour that they're doing?
I was gonna let everyone else go, and then I was gonna talk to Oz.
Yeah, I don't really want to do anything that might interrupt the ritual, so I'm just gonna wait. I don't know if like if I'm talking, is that gonna distract them? You know.
Neither of them pay any attention to you. Filliman just is sitting in the center of the square, with his eyes closed. He's sitting with his legs crossed on the ground, in a sort of meditative state. And Dermo is very focused on the incantation.
I'm gonna look at Oz, trying to be quiet, to not disrupt the ritual. And I'm gonna say, "Found this pouch. Looks homemade." I'm gonna like hold it over to him to check out.
Oz, it looks just like the one that he tried to enchant earlier. If you guys recall from last session.
Feels like hemp. Feels like some kind of cloth made of plant, and I like feel it.
I'll so yeah, he was trying to do something with this earlier. I wasn't entirely sure what was going on, but it seemed
Look like quality stitching, DM.
It looks like it was done with care, but with like lower kind of quality materials and tools.
I'm gonna turn the bag inside out.
They did as
and
best they could.
Yeah, I'll turn the bag inside out, and I'll check out the seam, and I'll say, "Pretty good seam job on that," and I'll turn it back in. So it's a bit of a seamstress myself. I'll look over, kind of giving a playful face.
oh
So, what do
yeah.
you think what do you think it's supposed to hold? It's like a weird shape.
I'm sure we could ask when, and I gesture over towards what they're doing, when they're done.
Yeah, but until then we can speculate.
Out
How long is the
here,
ritual? 10 minutes, DM?
it's like an
We'll
hour.
kill
hour.
10 minutes role playing, you know? I mean, it's you've seen Conan Dayshu kill hours.
Mm-hmm.
Could be good luck charm.
So, yeah, not really sure of that one.
Herbs.
Who carries a pouch as a good luck charm? That's like some grandma shit. My grandma wouldn't even carry a pouch as a good luck charm.
I didn't
My
know.
grandma carried a jawbone as a good luck charm, but you know that's different in Canifis. Who carries a pouch as a good luck charm? What else could it be?
Good old herbs. If he's some sort of druid.
I'm gonna sniff the inside of the pouch. What's it smell like?
It smells like woody.
Like earthy kind of dirt, or
Yeah,
like woody,
yeah, like
plant
dirt
fiber?
and, like dirt and wood.
Nah, it smells too earthy. Don't think it was carrying herbs. I'll give him.
Maybe
I'll
it
hold
was-
it out upside down with my fingers on the outside, pushed in to like lift the inside out and like smell it. Like, what do you think? That doesn't smell like herb. I know herb.
Could have been soil. Who knows what these?
Carries a pouch for soil, and then realizing I'm getting loud, I'll like kind of lower my voice. Who carries a pouch for soil?
Have you seen those two over there? I gesture towards Dermo and Filliman.
Oh, good point. Yeah, and I'll sniff the inside of the pouch again. I says it's probably a pouch for soil. Knowing these guys, I don't see any pouches for soap on these guys, so guarantee you they're bathing in filth. I'll give myself a sniff after. You'll see, like, it's probably not much better. Going through the swamp for a week, we all probably smell like a hot bag of ass.
Guess what's inside?
The pouch talk will go on until the ritual's complete.
All right.
If you want, DM, whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Okay, so after the 1 hour since they started,
It's an
has
hour of
passed.
pouch talk. Oh my god.
An hour of pouch talk, yes.
We're
Only-
killing it over here with
only
the
if you want
pouch
it.
talk, man.
Yeah.
Shit, we're doing it. I'm committed. We're the rest of it was the looking and then talking about pouch the rest of the time an hour.
So,
a pretty good feel on this thing.
after around the time when they are coming to a close, you hear Dermo's incantations kind of increase in volume a little bit and slow down a little as he is more forcefully enunciates the final sort of parts of the ritual. You feel no breeze, but you see Filliman's ghostly form sort of flapping in a non-existent wind, his hair and his clothes shaking a little bit. And then you see his body or his ghost body, sort of fade completely away to be like more and more translucent until you can't see him anymore. And he's disappeared. And there's a few moments of silence before you see this sort of green sphere of light where he used to be sitting appear, and then around it begins to fade into visibility a very similar ghostly sort of form that looks just like before, but this time it's tinted a leafy green. So he looks pretty much identical as he did before, but he is now this lovely naturey shade of green. And so he was sitting in the same position as he was. He opens his eyes slowly. He stands up. Dermo stands up. And then he says, "Oh, I think it worked. I'm green."
Is that it?
We can understand you, notably.
Oh, well, you should.
I'm gonna
Not a
I'm
ghost
gonna
anymore.
I'm gonna hold up the pouch. I'm gonna say, "Did you carry dirt in this thing?
Dirt in there? I
It
don't
smells
think so.
like dirt." I'll say.
Oh no, that's just what those plants smell like.
I'll
I
look
do that
over to Oz.
myself,
I'm like,
you know.
"See, I told you. This guy's crazy, but he's not dirt in a bag crazy. What did you carry in this thing?"
Well, I was going to show you, but my magic didn't work because I was dead.
I'll
Um,
toss it to him.
Oh, thank you. And he grabs it, and he is able to interact with objects normally now, it seems.
Nice. That was why I threw it to see.
Doesn't go through him this time.
Yeah, I'm so curious.
So,
He's green now. He can see things and touch things and speak.
He takes the pouch and he says, "Oh, this is a druid pouch. With the right incantation, you can use this to deal with guests. And by that, I mean that you can sort of cause them to become fully visible. As you might have noticed, they're rather translucent and hard to see. And along with that comes their invulnerability to magic and sword. So, I will have to enchant these pouches, and then you should be able to use them.
Does it work with any pouch?
Deal with well, it's more about the enchantment that matters.
So the
actual
pouch doesn't matter. It's the enchantment that you're putting on it.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna hold out my giant pouch that I got from Oz. I'm just gonna empty it right on the floor. I'm gonna say, "Can you make this one of those?"
Yes, I could, but I can only enchant so many at a time. It's a very difficult enchantment to perform.
I'll look at Zephylos and Oz. I'm gonna say, "Food bag."
Food bag.
I'm gonna say food bag, and I'll hand it to Filliman, and I'll say, "This gets priority over the dirt bags." We did just turn you from blue to green.
Yeah, sure, I can do it on whichever pouch you'd like, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll toss him
Should work
Oz's
all the
sack.
same.
It is Oz's bag. I guess I bought it off you, didn't I? I guess it's my bag now. I paid for it with a thing of arrows, technically. Either way, food bag.
Very good. Let's see now. I think I should be able to perform this ritual on 2 pouches. I've never tried to do 2 within a short time frame before, but I think I can do it. The thing is, though, it requires such a powerful connection with nature magic that I will not be able to do anymore for a very long time afterwards. Could be several weeks. But I think I can do 2, and I will give you 2 for the help that you've given me.
I'll pat him on the back this time. For real.
He feels like actually, hang on. The way that I'm envisioning this is he's still a spirit. So he still has like the ability to pass through things, but he can just control it better now. So it's basically he passes through things, but like he can make it so that he can interact with things when he wants. So actually, you go to pat him on the back, and your hand does the same thing where it like goes through.
Well, when it goes through the first time, I'll gesture the backpack 2 more times on where his back would be. Had my hand
He
stopped.
pauses and then he looks at your hand again, and then you do it again and it feels, you can actually
Nice.
give him the pat. He feels cold and kind of almost staticky.
Yeah.
He's
But how do I?
Patrick Swayze. He learned how to do it.
But how do I feel to him? Am I warm and embracing something he hasn't felt it since he was mortal?
I don't know.
Trying to be. This is you're seeing Jared be a little human to something that isn't.
I guess that's a good question.
He would be sincere in the gesture.
Do you ask him how it feels?
No, I just would want to do it in a way where if he was a spirit that could feel the sentiment, he would feel that.
He gives you a bro nod,
Yeah, I'll let him work. After I see the affirmation, I'll let him work.
So he goes back over to the table where he had attempted the incantation with the pouch previously, with the big one that you gave him. And he does the same sort of thing that most of the party had seen him attempt before. With the druidic enchantment, he does a little bit of waving of his hands, and then he does one final sort of flourish with his hands, pointing his fingers toward the pouch. And this time you see the pouch begin to glow with a similar green light as you just saw come from Filliman at the conclusion of his ritual. And the pouch changes color to sort of match that, and has a faint sort of magical green glow to it, which remains after the ritual or the incantation is complete. He picks up the pouch and he says, "Oh, it worked! Oh, fantastic! I'm glad that still works."
It's in celebration of the completion of the pouch.
This is a celebration song.
The Titanic flute salad? Yeah, absolutely. We've completed an era where we're in a new saga, if you will. The pouches are complete. We don't have to lose food here.
True. So after he's finished with the incantation, he is kind of breathing more heavily. He's kind of out of breath, and he goes, "Okay, it looks like it worked. I'm glad that I was still able to do that. I was really hoping that I still would, and I didn't know why I wouldn't be able to, but I had some doubts. But this should be working now.
How do we
so
know?
So long as you have just a little bit of swamp foliage in here."
I knew it. You put dirt in those
yeah.
things, I'll say right away.
Not dirt. Usually I mushrooms, it was. But they tend to get dirt on them.
Save it for the semantics.
So long as
Save the semantics, dumb Filliman.
so long as you keep a little bit of swamp foliage in here, a mushroom, a bit of moss, a leaf, even a branch, you should be able to use its magic to deal with the ghasts. So
I'll say,
I do have a magic item handout for this, but you'll have
I'll
to
say, hey, Philly. Can I call you Philly?
Sure.
Let's say, would you say that your rotting corpse out there is a part of the swamp?
It's really foliage that you're looking for. The plants.
There. I think I saw some mushrooms growing off of it.
Oh yes, like I said, pretty much anything. You just need a little bit. But anyhow, let me take another second one and see if I can do it as well. So he takes the pouch, the other small one that he had made himself, and he places it in front of him on the table, performs the incantation once more, which only takes about a minute, and you see the same green glow come from the bag as it is completed, and this time you see him kind of wobble in the chair that he had been sitting in next to the table, And he catches himself from falling over, propping himself up now on the table with his arm, exhausted. And he says,
I'll look over to Dermo and I'll say, "Give the man a berry."
"Okay, I think that should do it."
I was like, "Give the man a berry. Can he eat?" I'm trying to figure out if he can eat and all that. Like he's a spirit, but like
Oh,
he's not all spirit now.
oh,
He's a
good
nature
berries.
spirit.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, Dermo gives him one of the berries.
Does he eat it?
He takes it and he, as far as you can tell, he eats it normally. Unlike with the was it a
Interesting.
zucchini?
Does
A
it
zucchini
disappear in
from
his like
before.
throat area or what?
It disappears. You don't see it after it goes into his mouth.
I'll look over to Oz and I'll say, "What on earth?" Say,
I'll
"Did you saw the
shrug.
berry disappear? Did you see the berry disappear?"
Yep.
Thoughts?
Magic.
I mean, certainly. Thoughts?
That's true.
I'm gonna hold out a ball bearing. I'm gonna say, "Philly." I'll say,
What is it?
"Curious here, buddy, if you don't mind. You mind eating this ball bearing?" And I'll hold it out into his palm.
What is that? A metal ball?
Yeah,
Why
but
would I
you're
eat
not
that?
really gonna die from it, you know?
Well, I
It's
don't want
more
to eat that.
curiosity.
Why don't
It's
you
not
eat
about
it?
what. Well, you did. You know,
You
I
eat
didn't
the
want to.
ball. I'm not gonna eat that.
Well, then you'll have to do with some spirit on me to turn me green, because I'll be blue from choking on it.
You can't just use it on anybody.
I'm gonna say he doesn't want to eat the ball bearing. And I'll like put it back in the bag. Curious though, you know what I mean? Does he turn my bag into a green bag?
That was the one that you gave.
The
him,
first
yeah,
one?
He did.
Yeah. All right. I'll grab up everyone's food if they want to put it in the bag. And then that way we can use the little pouch for the dirt, and that way we don't have to, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
For the dirt.
Yeah, the small pouch, the second pouch you did, we can put swamp in there to keep the gas away. They don't want to do anything with the pouch, pretty much, he said, right? The gas don't like the pouch.
So what he said was you can use it to make them no longer translucent, which makes it so that they can be harmed again.
So anything that goes in that bag, as long as it's natural from the swamp, can be thrown on them, or what?
So the natural bits are kind of used as like ammunition for a special action that you can do when you have the. Let me just give you the item. I'm just gonna give you the item.
There you go. I'll do it.
It'll be so much easier.
I'll ask Filliman though too.
Do
I'll
you
say,
see the druid pouch item, or do I need to do
I'll
this?
say these spirits, they want food, they hunger, right? They have like an eternal hunger, it seems. I'll say to Filliman.
Okay, so here you go. Druid pouch item in your magic items folder.
Awesome.
Using a bonus action, you can activate the pouch to fill a ghast within 30 feet with its magical energy. The ghast has to make a con save, and if it fails, it loses its translucent state,
Gotcha.
which, as Filliman explains, will allow them to be harmed normally and dealt with normally, like any other creature, any other dangerous creature. It's mostly just for flavor, but in order for the pouch to work, you need to have a little bit of swamp foliage inside, which is combined with the magic and used up like a sort of ammunition when you use it. The idea being that the foliage is and the magic is used to kind of satisfy or permanently get rid of the ghast's hunger, so to speak, to turn it into more of a normal undead creature. I'm kind of hand-waving this just for flavor, really.
I want to ask Filliman some more questions about it for sure. I'm sure
Mhm.
Zephylos is curious too now that he's able to talk. I'll say like these spirits, they seem to be like eternally hungry. Is that their problem?
Oh yes. They, they, uh, they, they are the spirits of the dead who were passed in the swamp from hunger.
I'll hold up my lore book a bit, and I'll
And so
say,
even
yeah.
their
Go ahead.
their their hunger was so great in death that it carried on into the afterlife. They seek out any food that they can, especially from the still living, gobble it up and turn it into rotten gunk. And so
I'll hold up.
those
I'll hold up
people
my
then
lore
may
book.
starve, and it feeds into a vicious cycle.
Right. So I'd read a bit about this you had mentioned in my lore book when we were doing the skill check, the skill encounter.
Yeah.
The skill challenge, whatever it's called. When I recalled something from the book, you said I'd actually read about it. So I'll kind of recall that again here with Filliman, and I'll say, is there any way to, like, it says they're always hungry. Is there any way to, like, sate their hunger so they don't bother people in the swamp passing through?
Well, if you use this pouch and then destroy their incorporeal form, their souls will be freed. As really the only thing that can really be done for them.
How do they get that way?
Get what way?
To, like, if I stay out here, will I turn into one of them?
If only if you starve to death.
So that's how they become what they are?
Yes.
They should really set up a hot dog stand out here once we clear all the gas out, I'll say to Oz. It would do great with the incentive of if you die, you turn into a ghast. You know what I mean? Like, people would definitely be behind buying hot dogs out here.
Yep.
Maybe a little expenditure when we get back and have some coin. We set up a shop.
Have I been muted this whole time?
Yeah, kind
I
of.
haven't
Yep.
heard you speak in a while.
Ah.
I thought you were
Okay.
talking to your roommate or somebody because you looked up and you were talking. And I was like, oh, he's muted talking to somebody.
No, I look
I
around
wasn't
when I
watching
talk.
the video.
Yeah, that probably was what threw me off.
It's all good. I didn't say anything important.
I'm sure.
I was gonna say you rarely do.
Ouch.
I was gonna
Right
say
for
you
the
rare.
throat.
I was gonna say you rarely do, but they beat me to it.
All right,
I was
so
like, who's gonna take the free jab?
correct me if I'm wrong. He said he can make 2 of these
He
druid
can
pouches.
make
Did.
two.
He turned my pouch, my bag, into one, and then the one that I'd found into one.
Okay, so who are going to be the 2 people to hold them?
Yeah, so I have a backpack that is a druid pouch, and then whoever takes the secondary druid pouch, I don't know who he handed that to. He just finished making it.
Whoever wants it.
Yeah. DM question.
Mm-hmm.
The whole pouch is a druid pouch. We could just fill that with soil too, technically.
You can put whatever you want in it.
It's I mean, obviously it's a pouch, but like for the functions of the druid pouch.
What's
Anything
the
in
question?
there? So could I have a bag of soil in there, or does it have to be loose soil in the bag for it to work? Is what I'm kind of asking.
You mean, can you put a chocolate bar carrying bag inside the chocolate bar carrying bag?
I mean, I
And
guess, but I'm
chocolate
thinking,
still
like, can I
counts
put
as
a
being inside
non-chocolate
the
bar
outer
carrying bag? Can I put a non-chocolate bar carrying bag inside of the chocolate chocolate bar carrying bag, and it counts still as swamp soil inside of the bag that should
Sure.
have swamp soil?
Sure.
Okay. So in a way, the smaller one is just a more mobile variant for whoever wants to split off.
Sure.
I guess we could look at it, Zephylos. And I'll kind of hand him the smaller pouch because I'm like, I plan on staying with Oz, so we'll keep the bigger pouch.
Sure, I'll hold on to this.
There you go.
So to use it, all we do is say the magic words, reach inside, and sprinkle the soil on the gas.
Let's see. I think it works at some range. 30 feet. Works at 30 feet. Filliman describes it as holding out the pouch, with your arm extended toward the ghast, you speak a single word in Druidic, which he teaches you.
Which word is
And then a sort of ray of magic will shoot from the pouch toward the ghast, and hopefully cause it to lose its translucence.
What's the druidic word? I'll ask for.
Oh, I see. I didn't think of that in advance. It should be like eat.
Eat.
I don't know. I'll think of a better one.
We're quite literally mangiaring these ghosts.
Manja.
Italian. Manja.
Come on, manja.
Today I
Today I
learned
learned
druidic
that-
is just Italian.
I was literally gonna say that. Damn it.
Great minds or something. The opposite, maybe.
And I just love it when Pickup Sticks and Bowl of Tricks meet up and say buongiorno. But yeah, okay. So yeah, I'll attach the pouch to my belt. I have many pouches, as any wizard should. Some of my pouches have runes. Some of them have feathers. Some of them have pieces of iron.
Some of them
You
have
know,
dirt
the usual.
now.
Pouch,
Yeah.
Some of them have
healing
dirt now.
pouch, component pouch, druid pouch. What other pouches are there? Essence pouch.
Yeah, for when I have to go to the abyss for those runs, you know.
You've got the pouch, you know, like the grocery store bag that's full of other grocery store bags that's under your sink.
Oh,
Of course.
gizmo pouch.
The pouch, you know, so he's got full of pouches for other things he needs pouches for.
Very good. I look to
Coin.
Filliman and I say, "Thank you. This might save our ass."
I hope it does.
Can
I'm
we
gonna just hit him with a ooh, like he hit us with.
Oh yeah, very funny.
See, yeah, it's not so great when. Yeah, see how annoying that is? Just nod next time you're dead.
Yeah.
I'll say, we'll be back, Philly, and I'll kind of like wave to him as I head
yes.
out.
You're,
Can we-
by the way, you're welcome to rest here if you need. You should be safe.
So we might. Actually, we do need a rest, don't we? It's
The
like late.
ghasts don't tend to come into my little area, at least not near the tree.
I keep thinking it's like daytime, but we've traveled all day. It's the end of the day for us.
Yeah, it's evening now.
Yeah, we probably do want to stay here to the night.
Can I actually ask something?
Yes. What is it?
As someone who's been in the swamp for a considerable time, we're actually looking for a settlement here in the swamp. You wouldn't happen to know where it is?
I think you asked him this before, and he said no.
Okay. I don't recall, but yeah, never mind. If I already asked him, he wouldn't ask again.
Yep.
But yeah. Okay. Yeah, we should probably rest up and then keep heading east.
Agreed.
Yeah. I mean, I'm cool with crashing here and then continue traveling for sure. I need the sleeps. I'm like out of hit dice, so if we get in any sticky situations, I'm like fucked already for recovery.
Well, with our new hit dice rule, because Filliman has assured us this is a safe spot, we can actually have like a full rest with no watches and like
For the
sleep
first time,
properly.
like, the whole week of
Mhm.
us being down here in the swamp. How long
I
have we been here?
suppose that's
1,
true.
2 nights, 3 nights, 4 nights?
Three
Just
nights.
Circles is at night, so yeah.
4
3
nights. This is
nights.
night number 4.
Okay. But yeah, no, I'll set up my little sleeping bag and blankets and such.
I'm gonna sleep on the cot where Filliman used to
Um,
sleep.
Just before you guys start to get set up for sleep, Filliman performs a little spell just outside the tree, and you see this like thick patch of sort of bushy soft grass grow on the ground in an area large enough for you all to comfortably sleep on top of. He says, "There you go. That should be nice and soft."
Oh yeah.
Then he goes back into his little hidey hole in the tree.
Yeah, I'm settling on the bed that he used to sleep on.
You're what?
I want to settle inside where he slept.
He goes in there. He's going in there.
Yeah, I'll join him.
Sorry.
He will politely shoo you out of his home. His very small, crowded home. Like,
I'll look around when he does.
I'm going to sleep here. Shoo.
It says, "Me too," and I'm gonna say, "Can you shoo me?"
Yes, I can.
I'll step into the tree and see what he does.
Come on now. This
Are you
might-
saying "come on" as a DM or as Filliman? Because I can't
no,
tell.
as Filliman, he said, "Come on now. This is my home."
That's our home. So we're welcome to stay here, but not here. And I'll gesture.
Sir,
So I think you're talking about my father. My name's Jared. No one's called me
Jared.
sir in a very long time, and the last time they did, it was the last time they called me it.
Sir Jared.
Ooh, man, if I could figure a way to undead you. Why can't I sleep inside, man? You need all this space for your undead body?
I am a man of nature.
You're not a man of anything because you're a spirit, my guy. You're a nature spirit now.
I shall like my privacy.
I'll let out a very weighted sigh, and I'll say, next time I'm traveling through a swamp and I see a ghost, I'm just gonna kill it with this bag, and I'll lift out and I'm walking it out. Then they can't tell as the door shuts behind me. If the door, just hear me say it like, then they can't tell me where I can and can't sleep. A ghost sleeping indoors while I'm outdoors is unheard of, and I'm like walking towards.
He steps into the tree, and then you see the roots of the tree kind of slowly change to form like a covering over the entrance. After he goes inside.
I'm gonna give it a knock to see how dense the cover is. Like
it's not like a solid door. It's more like just like a barrier.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm gonna go. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I know you can hear me, Filliman. Don't forget what we did for you here today. And I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna walk towards the camp to go sleep in the fucking swamp. I mean, we are in the grotto, but like still.
It's soft grass.
Yeah, but it's still
stream.
It's a paradise in a swamp, as far as I'm concerned. You can sleep better in an oasis. You're still in a fucking desert. You know what I mean? Now, if a hotel popped up, i.e., a tree with air conditioning and a druid concierge, then maybe we could get a good night's sleep. What's he need sleep? Like the whole time I'm walking back to camp, I'm just like more and more points that I just don't make. I'm just frustrated.
He failed to explain it. And
yeah, just
if you asked him, he probably wouldn't.
Save his life by returning his spirit, essentially, right? Kicks us out of his home, doesn't elaborate, grows the door around the tree. Classic.
Cuddling for warmth was very common in the medieval ages.
I know you said that out of character, but it still makes me angry. It still makes me angry. We could be cuddling inside a warm tree, my guy. Fine, I'm Big Spoon tonight. Scooch over. Anything? Are we taking? We don't take guard shifts, right? It's safe here, DM.
Yes. This counts as a safe area. In which case.
Oh, did the ritual consume my ceremonial dagger?
Ooh, good question. It's part of Filliman now. That is the evil energy
has taken over.
I guess
that's why he rejected you. He has Zeros in him.
Yeah, right. He's got some attitude because you put it in him. He was a decent guy until you did that.
I'm gonna
You
say
probably would have
no.
let us sleep inside.
I'm gonna say no, it did not.
Okay. Then I
Because
add
the,
ceremonial dagger back.
Yeah, yeah, you can have it back. Because I was gonna say something of nature, I would have accepted just Dermo. I guess. And then if it had to consume Dermo, then that would have been bad. So.
Oh yeah.
Let me make sure
How do
that
you
the rest
drag
of
an?
this is gonna work.
Oh, hold on. I think I did it.
Save module settings. Does that restart the game?
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, that reset the game for me. I was reading
Yeah, 'cause
something
I
too, and it
changed
like
a
was
module.
not expecting.
Sorry.
No worries. I just, you know how it like gives you the white screen flash, and I got
Oh,
blinded.
It just
Yeah, I
did the
wasn't
noise
ready
for
for
the nat
it.
20. It's fine.
All right, while we load back in, give me a second. I'm gonna go to the little player characters room.
Okay. Long resting should be normal now. So you guys can all do a long rest. And I'll do one for Dermo. Is new day? Yes, rest. There you go. Dermo takes the long rest and recovers 1 hit dice. Okay. You all are indeed able to take a nice, full and relaxing rest
Hell
here
yeah.
in the Nature Grotto. Go ahead and do the long rest for your sheet if you haven't already. And
My
then-
game's not loading.
Oh yeah, everyone's reloading. Fun.
It does. It takes a hot second. Mine's at like 98%.
Okay.
Yours has like a progress bar?
Yeah.
You haven't loaded the progress bar yet?
Mine's just a foundry symbol in the top left.
Huh.
You might refresh your page.
I've done it a few times. Oh, wait, right as I X'd out, it loaded. Let me reopen it from scratch.
Someone remind me later, because August isn't logged in, it's not going to track him as seeing the new areas of the map if we move the token.
You said we took a long rest, Jim?
Yes.
Righty. Thank you. So the next day, DM, like, is the weather here different than the swamp? Like daytime, do we see a sun here? Like, is there a break in the fog? All that, you know what I mean?
No, there is not actually a break in the clouds. It is not foggy here, though.
Interesting.
Yo, I'm back in the game now. Let's go, gamers.
I'm going to wake up Oz as he is probably the little spoon. And it's not going to be in a way you'd imagine.
You say that like wouldn't already be awake.
Are we nuzzling, bro? No, yeah, I mean, I'd be up and packing up, getting ready to kind of cook with what I had left from foraging yesterday for whatever I could. I do want to eat something before heading out because we're pretty much going to go east today, right? We're just heading east.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This will be the first meal we really had in like 3 or 4 days, I guess. Whatever we foraged. But yeah, I'd be up early. If Oz wants to join me, I'd forage with him. But that's what I'd be doing in the morning.
What armor does Jared wear?
Jared, so he wears pretty much nothing for armor, but he has a set of what looks like work clothes and a set of what looks like fine robes, something you'd see probably being worn in the city. That's what you've seen him in. That's what he was wearing the day you met him in Canopus.
Does he armor of shadows?
No, he mage armors.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's why I was getting at more so. What does Oz wear?
Studded leather.
Yeah.
How would you like a bonus to your armor?
Oh.
I don't think anyone's ever said no to that.
Dermo's not here. He seems very distant. And only attentive dermos get mage armors as a treat.
Only tentatives get it as a treat, and he's not here to even be tentative, so Oz gets it.
Sure.
Excellent. I'll mage armor you up, and aesthetically, it's very, because you're a ranger kind of aesthetic, it'd be very much like the Pernix armor.
Okay.
How does that look when you do that? Can you,
Yeah, like,
this might be the first time we see you do this.
Oh yeah. So when I put it on someone else, essentially, it's very similar to the Zeros magical girl transformation in Fate of the Gods, where like I start doing the hand signs and like runes begin to float around you, like ancient infernal script, and they begin to like rotate around you, and like they'll like one by one like fly from orbit onto you and like form a piece of like armor, and like they'll like one by one assemble like the ensemble. And again, it looks different for everyone. Like on Zephylos, it looks like the Kruger armor. On Dermo, it looked like the Vindicta armor. And then on you, it looks like the Pernix armor.
Didn't you do it to Con one time when we had our duo we did?
No, because Khan always had better armor than mage armor.
That's fair.
Because it's a dexterity-based armor.
Right.
Do you just like walk up and start doing that?
No. So, when Zephylos would ask you, he says,
Okay, yeah.
I could temporarily give you some protections. I see you're in studded armor, but actually studs on armor aren't quite that effective, like historically speaking. I would know. I've done time in archaeological sites. I could probably do something better for you.
Well, I'd love to be wearing Brigandine, which this is modeled after, but if you've got something better.
Wouldn't we all? I'll say as he says that.
Yes, I do have something better.
Beskar over here.
I'm able to weave magical armor temporarily, but it'll get you through most of a day.
Is this magical armor gonna make it so I can't have kids? Is it like dangerous? Are there side effects?
Who wants to have kids with you anyways, Oz?
No.
I'll introduce you next time we're in Canopus.
I'll look over at Zephylos and say, this one wore a hood all through grade school.
No.
So I love the guy, but I couldn't date him.
Yeah, it's harmless. Watch. I'll do it on myself, and like I go from robes to like the picture of Zephylos you're all familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
I
now
do
you
it on
both
my
have
bird.
kids. You do it on your bird. Your bird can't have kids either. I'm just saying it while you're doing all that. Just hear Jared say, "Yep, you can't have kids now. Don't do that shit." I don't want it on me because it doesn't benefit me, but now it's a reason to like joke on it. It's not gonna make me so I can't have kids. It's definitely gonna make it so you can't have kids, dude. I'd worry a lot, Oz.
Up to you.
Well, it seems useful. I'll give it a
So
go.
does your sperm count?
All right, get magical gold.
I
As
twirl.
the armor's going on, I'll be like, "Who's gonna tell your mother she'll never have grandkids?"
Effectively, your armor class would just be one higher than what it is right now.
17.
Okay.
Because studded is like base 12 plus dex.
Yeah.
You're now base 13 plus dex.
Cool.
What's that put you at now?
17. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
Ranger tank?
Please no.
Ranger tank.
And then of course Zephylos says, every morning before we leave and after I've put on preparation magic, I do have to spend an hour praying to my deity of magic so that I can recover some of it back. So you guys can enjoy breakfast. I will just quickly do that and then we can head out.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, because every morning he does the arcane recovery after like blowing a bunch of spell slots on prep.
Yeah, I could do that probably too if I had more useful spells. That'd probably be pretty good utility for the party.
Yeah, that's the thing with warlocks though. They don't give a lot of like spammable things you can do within short rests.
I only get 2 spell slots, but like I'm essentially a coffee lock and I haven't really benefited from the coffee.
Are you a coffee lock?
I mean, I get my spells, I get my pack magic back on a short rest. So I just don't have utility spells. It's all like combat, so it's not really helpful. You know what I mean? And we're focusing more
Yeah,
off
we don't do
combat,
combat
so
in this
in my
group
next
anymore.
level up, I might consider taking a utility spell.
What's combat? All my spells are damaging, but I have a feeling I'm never going to cast a spell again.
I'm glad because all my shit is damaging, but now I don't have to worry about everything being damaging, so I can start taking more.
You're right. We don't have to do resource management anymore because all my resources are for combat.
Why can't I hold on to resources? Does anyone need a long rest? It's been 4 days and Zephylos doesn't sleep. Haven't need to sleep. He's just got his eyes taped on his face. His lids are open. Haven't need to sleep. It's like, haven't needed to sleep. Man has gone mad. The man's gonna fall asleep in real life.
Okay, so short rest after the spell casting is done, and the group is getting ready to head out. During that time, I suppose the Filliman comes out of his little hidey hole, the roots parting from the entrance as he just before he passes through coming out, and with one arm leaning heavily onto one of the large roots of the tree, him clearly still tired from the previous day's heavy magic casting and stuff. He says, "Well, good luck in your travels today, and onward. I hope that you can make good use of those pouches. And again, thank you for your help."
I'm gonna say, hey Philly, how'd you sleep last night, bud?
All right, but I still need more rest.
I don't think straw bed's gonna do the rest you need, bud. Question, DM. I would have filled a small pouch in the bag last night before going to bed, or probably after leaving the thing when he told me that's what I do. But I'm gonna, as a relief, I'm gonna throw a little dirt, see what happens.
Throw dirt what?
I'm gonna throw some dirt from the druid pouch on me.
On Filliman?
Yeah, as relief, to see what happens.
It goes through him.
Okay. I don't have a control group to see if that's normal or not, so I'm just observing. Like when an NPC gives you a cool sword in a game and then you take a couple swings on it and it goes through because you're not meant to swing on the NPC, right? Yeah. You just want to see the animation. I'm doing the druid pouch animation to see what it looks like on a creature. I'm not getting it. That's my control now. It's essentially what I'm doing. Like, okay, bye, Philly. And I'm gonna like catch up with the group.
He goes back into his little hole. So
We're heading north, south, west.
Party heads north, south, west. Let's see. Was it directly east that you guys wanted to go?
I believe so. Yes. What was the plan, Oz? East? Straight east?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool with it.
Okay.
Any protests from the muted Cephalos?
Not muted, but
Yeah,
east is where I want to go.
Did you check
Said
those?
West. Okay.
I did look,
Yeah.
but I didn't speak, so I'm like, I don't think
You
I'm
didn't
in.
say anything, so I'd look to see if you were muted first. I was like, he just didn't say anything. Where are we going? Here. Swamp.
Okay.
Looks swampy, boys. Looks swampy ahead of us.
Do 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 do.
The swamp is huge on the
Why
map,
do I have
honestly.
a blank entry in this? What did I do?
The burrows look like Stonehenge.
Oh, this must be. Just had the wrong selection there. There we go. Okay. So the party continues onward to the east, and after a few hours, you are continuing through, let's see. It only takes a couple of minutes to sort of exit the nature grotto area, and you're back in the full depths of the swamp, where it is smelly and wet and gross.
Smells like Dermo out here.
Nice.
Nice. On the DM. He's not here. What's he gonna say?
Again, the area is covered in a light fog, which limits your visibility a bit, and you only catch it about maybe 50 feet up ahead before you find yourselves at a little bit of an obstacle. Let's see. I need to roll a 1d2.
You flip a coin, you mean?
Yes, a 1d2. Flip a 1d2.
I got you.
Okay. Shit, what did I roll? I didn't even look. 2. You find yourselves now at the top of a tall ridge, or I guess a cliff. And your path that you want to go is directly east, with this ridge going along the north-south-ish. So, you now have this cliff in your way. You are at the top, and you need to reach the bottom safely. It's pretty steep,
How
and
far
it is
down would you say?
rocky. Looks to be about 70 feet.
Rocky, 70 feet. How far out is the, I guess, the clearance from this objective?
The clearance.
Yeah, let's say that this terrain objective, how far does it look from the top of this cliff? What am I seeing out in front of me in the cliff?
Out in front. I don't
Like
understand.
at the bottom of the cliff. What?
Oh.
Yeah.
What is at the bottom?
Yeah, like what am I seeing? We're at the top. It's like a clearance that I can look out over now, where we have the high ground. I want to see what we're looking out over.
Yeah, over at the bottom, the land is a bit more dry looking. There's not as much like boggy, marshy wetness down there. It's a bit more rocky down there than up at the top where you are.
Okay.
Other than that, it's pretty open and clear.
I'm gonna sit down over the edge with my feet kicked over, and I'll kind of look over, and I'll.
Ooh, vertigo.
We've been traveling for a couple hours, so I'm just gonna take a seat, live here, and crack open a snack and MRE if I have any left. Do I have any of these rations left? I have like one or two.
MRE.
Yeah, meal ready to eat ration. I don't think I even have one left. I saved one, but I didn't. Alright, I haven't eaten today, minus the whatever I ate this morning that was left from yesterday's foraging. It probably isn't enough. I'm gonna look over the cliff and just be like, Whatever we do, we better get down there, and there better be food, because I'm getting hungry. And I'll look up to Oz and say, "What's the plan? Zephylos? Plan?
How
Two-
far of a drop is it again?
70
70
feet.
Does it look like it slopes off at all to either side?
Not as far as you can see in the fog, which is not very far.
Trying to think if I have anything that will help us here aside from just throwing a couple of ropes down.
Ropes might just be the option, honestly. I don't have Featherfall.
I mean, you could fall and then Misty step 30 feet from where you're seeing right before you hit the ground, right? Ideally.
Unfortunately, I fall faster than I cast magic.
I could cast it as a reaction to falling. Bonus action as I'm falling, Misty step.
Can you hold a Misty Step like that? That'd be cool.
It just says an unoccupied space you can see, so it's an instantaneous spell with a verbal component. It's a single word, I imagine. No.
I feel like if
So you could be like, "Fuck!" as you're falling, and Misty step to the ground 30 feet before you hit the ground, and a location on the ground 30 feet from where you would have hit, or 29 feet, whatever. You know what I mean?
I feel like if someone used it while falling or like otherwise moving dangerously fast, I might rule them as maintaining that momentum.
So
Yeah,
you'd
good
take whatever
teleport,
fall
so-
damage you've accumulated, right?
Yeah, so like,
Here's
oh,
how I
see,
would do it,
I
like-
see where you're going with this now. So if you had like a 50-foot drop, and you wait, and you like just teleport downwards, you could turn it into what is it? The range 30 feet. Turn it into a 20-foot drop. Essentially, I don't know.
No, what I'm saying is right before you hit the ground, you just Misty step to the ground somewhere else. But you're saying the
Yeah,
momentum
but-
would stay with you, right?
Yeah,
So I would just jump,
It's-
belly flop everywhere, and when I Misty stepped, I would be upright on the floor. The momentum would be pushing me forward. I'd just be running on the ground.
Well, because ultimately, if we keep the
No,
momentum,
am I
if I
wrong?
Misty Step down 30 feet, I turn it into a 40-foot drop.
No, yeah, but did you get what
Uh,
I'm saying though?
yeah,
if I
you were
belly
saying
flop off,
turn-
I'd
yeah.
like
No, that's silly.
I would just be sprinting.
So
That's how
dumb.
physics work. The momentum would be downward, and my downward would be my stomach. So when it teleported, I'd be jolted forward.
That depends on your frame of reference.
Magic is my frame of
Magic.
reference, and the world of fantastic, and the world of imagination. Dragon. What reference are you covering?
I don't know, man. We're just
There's
all
other
making this
ways
crap
down
up.
this. I know. I'm just being silly. I mean, thinking rope might be best choice. Tie 2 ropes off. Because the knotted point will be just as strong as long as you're doing a good knot.
Yeah.
Should be fine. We should be fine. I have rope.
I also
wanna
have
do
rope.
that? Yeah. Is anyone in the pit?
It's gonna be difficult to get it back is the issue.
Good point.
Not
Yeah,
when
me
you
too.
have a bird.
What's more
Can
difficult?
he untie large ropes?
Of
We
course.
can't untie a 20-foot drop you'd still take, and you get 1 rope back. How are we getting the stuff at the top back today? This is what I'm saying. Someone's fallen for 2 ropes, 70 feet worth
Just take the 7d6 falling damage.
for 2 rope.
I
Now
could
we'll
The
take it.
ropes.
We'll
I don't know
tie off-
about you.
Oh no,
Ah.
I was kidding.
I don't know about you guys, but Zephylos could actually probably
He's
superhero
just
landing
gonna
this and be
Face
unscathed.
tanked it. Oh my god, I'm getting flashbacks from when one of my players in my old camp. You guys remember the what quest is it where you're in the cavern below Lumbridge Swamp, and there's like the light creatures that take you to the bottom. Is
While
that
Guthix sleeps.
Yeah, somebody just like
Yeah.
They weren't figuring out how to communicate with the light creatures, so somebody just jumped down.
Oh my gosh.
Well.
And I think they hit 0 when they hit the bottom, but they didn't die outright, and then they managed to not die from making the death saves.
Imagine.
Damn.
It's
Your
just the
legs are
dumbest shit that
annihilated
worked.
or whatever hits, but you're just alive
Yeah.
down there suffering with one
Yeah.
health. What a way
Clearly,
to go.
you just gotta be a half orc so that you can survive any drop once.
I'm a half orc.
True.
Okay, what's your other half? Also orc. Like the most half orc answer, right?
Yep.
Never wants to admit anything because that's the orc in him. I want to. Oh, I'm playing it now. Is Orca Racing in playing shift going on? I don't
Yep.
think so.
It is.
Yes.
I'm playing a half orc.
But I think I essentially gave regular orc like mostly the half orc stats, or something like that.
It's half orc, but it's reflavored to
But
be full
it's
orc.
called orc, and I think there's like 1 or 2 little changes.
Okay. So
Did he freeze? Oh no, he's there.
no, I'm just thinking.
Just thinking.
I mean, would Spriggy be able to like nip the rope and cut it wherever it's tied at the tree, or wherever we tie it off?
Nope.
Saying this
You
is a
take the
lot.
attack action.
Are we really
Sergey
gonna
has
work
a
on it?
valve piece.
It's 2 rope, guys. Let's just leave it and just walk away unscathed.
But we might need that rope
What if
later.
there's another
Hey,
cliff?
If there's another
that
cliff,
gets
there's another
randomly
problem we'll
chosen
get to.
immediately afterward.
There's another problem we'll get to.
Fine, it's both of your ropes. We can leave them if we want.
Jared doesn't think it's worth it.
Can I make a
We
suggestion?
can get more rope next time we go. Filliman's probably got rope. We didn't ask him. Damn.
Can I make a suggestion? Do you think the ropes are worth a second rank of magic?
No. Wait. You get yours back out of short rest?
Long.
No, it's the first slot for Arcane Recovery, yeah?
Mhm.
Nah, I don't think it is. What do you think, Zach?
As a player, or as
That's what
Oz?
he's asking. Why,
Well,
so Zach.
Zephylos is asking in character. He's saying like, try
yeah,
not
I
to
would
use
say-
levels as like a meta term. He's like, a second rank of magic.
Are you offering to use your magic to save our rope, is what you're saying?
I could.
Go for it, buddy. I misunderstood. Go for it. Knock yourself out. I'll look at him.
Okay. Well, we have to go down first.
All right.
I'll tie off the knot.
Look for some
Actually,
place that we can.
Oz,
we
do you
can
want to
tie
tie
this
the
to.
knot off? You might be a better survivalist than me.
Sure. Look for some place to anchor this and tie the 2.
Yeah, I'll look for a
ropes
good tree
together.
while you do the knot.
You find a nearby sturdy tree.
I'll kick it, like with the bottom of my foot, like give it a foot thump.
It's one of the many moss-covered dead trees, but this one's not quite so rotten, so it's pretty stable.
That's a tree, I'll say as I put my foot back down.
Good eyes.
I'll wait for you to finish the rope.
We'll tie that knot. I'm going to tie it to whatever tree Jared's found.
Alright, you tie it off no problem, and was the idea to tie the second one to the end and then it goes the whole 70 feet?
Yeah, that was the first thing I did.
Oh yeah, okay. So
I was
you've
looking
got
for
the
tree when you
full
did that.
you've got the full length rope and you drop it down the cliff and you're ready to go.
All right.
And the way I want to save the rope is I'll have Striggy fly up to where it's tied off at the tree. And I want to cast through Striggy Majra Breath. and they're just gonna breathe fire at the tree to like disintegrate the part that's tied to it, and then like we'll pull it down and like to stamp out the fire at the end.
Oh, not while everyone's climbing it. Okay.
Yeah, when we're at the bottom.
It's like, whoa, why are you doing that now?
I mean, I could have just. I'll say I'll look at him and be like, I thought you were gonna do something cooler. I could have just had Jibble bite the rope.
Doesn't Jibble also have the same oath of pacifism that all familiars have?
I'll look over at Jibble and I'll say, "You got some oath you haven't told me?" And he'll shake like, "No, nah."
What the hell, Striggy?
I'm saying he just likes eating garbage and whatever he can get his hands on, and he'll nod.
Alright,
I'm
who
gonna
goes
look over
first?
to Oz. I'm gonna be like, I totally made him nod. Stricky will, or no, sorry, you got me saying it now. Jibble will nod again when I tell you that, Oz.
Oh my god, he's burning the rope.
Nice. You love a good fire.
He's burning it, it's gone. Majorat's breath, but fire.
Ashrakan's breath, but fire.
Well, I have all the different damage types as their own like spell.
So you just swap out the...
So depending on what I'm actually casting, it's just this. But something else.
Who goes down the rope first?
I would.
Okay. Oz, you
I'll
give
watch
the
him
rope
go
a,
down.
You give the rope a good yank before you head down. And it's easy enough with the stable rope to sort of shimmy your way slowly and carefully down the cliff. So there's not any check that is going to be required as you begin to make your way down.
Nice.
However, as you make your way down this rocky surface, you begin to hear some noises coming from just below where you are currently, or actually just above where you currently are. Can you make a perception check?
Sure.
Okay. You hear this sort of animal sort of squeaking noise coming from a little bit above and to the side of the cliff, like it's echoing out of a small opening in the rock.
I am going to continue climbing down, trying to be quiet.
Okay. Is this a stealth check or is it an athletics check?
It's dexterity for sure, whatever it is.
Because I would say climbing stealthily. Let's do this.
A dexterity-based athletics check makes
That's
sense.
what I was gonna. I
I'd
was
say
gonna
you could
say
do-
a
you could do
strength-based
acrobatics.
stealth check.
It could be acrobatics, right?
Uh,
You're trying to
I don't
move
know.
a certain way, right?
I usually reserve that more for like balancing. But maybe. Do a strength-based stealth check, because you're relying on your strength here.
Yeah.
Nice.
To move quietly as you are propped up in this difficult situation here.
Okay.
Uh,
How do you change?
let's see. Oh, because you have expertise, so in stealth, is that right?
No.
No? Okay. Then I think it's the same as just rolling your athletics, which you already have proficiency in.
Oh yeah, it would be the same.
I guess the fast way is just roll strength and then add
Yeah.
proficiency, about the simple way.
Which is the same
Nice.
as my
Okay.
athletics check.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so You, upon hearing these noises, you stop for a moment. Definitely sounds like there's some animals or some creatures inside, inside the cliff that have stirred as you have begun to climb down. So you try your best to rely on your strength to move slowly and carefully down the rest of the cliff here. And you make it to the bottom without any further disturbance.
Can I also gesture up towards the rest of the party, like
Down the whole
put my
time.
my finger up to my lips, like shh kind of symbol?
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, they see you.
and then I get down to the bottom.
I'm gonna send Jibble down the rope next.
Okay.
He's just
Are
gonna
rats
slide
good
down
at climbing
fireman
ropes?
style.
I feel like they
You-
would be.
You what?
Are rats good at climbing ropes? I feel like they would be.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna slide down like fireman style.
He slides on down. Whee!
Yeah.
And
And
he's
he'll
a
like
rat, so he doesn't really make much noise.
yeah. You see him kind of rubbing his hands at the bottom because they're probably warm.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna speak through him to Oz through his mouth. I'm gonna say, "Quiet. What do we need to be quiet about?" As his head perches up towards Oz.
I think I heard something hiding in the crevice in the cliffside.
Jibble's gonna run off immediately into the crevice that he is gesturing to, or is pointing to, or whatever else talking about. I'm gonna send
gonna-
Jibble off.
He's gonna climb up the rope and go into the crevice.
Yeah, is it a crevice
Does it
big
make
enough
sense?
to?
Yeah, it's maybe 4 or 6 inches in a circle, oval shape.
Yeah, he's gonna take a gander in there and see what he can see.
He has dark vision, right?
Yeah, he's got double sight. He's
Yeah. So inside there, you see through his eyes that there is a short, sort of narrow tunnel that's only like a foot or two, and then there's a slightly larger opening in which there are numerous bats sleeping inside the little crevice.
nothing else.
Nothing else of note.
Okay. He'll come back out and report it to Oz. He'll say through my voice again. It says, "Just looks like a bunch of bats sleeping."
Well, if they're just bats, it would probably be best for us to get them out of there first, so they don't knock, so we don't wake them. Nobody wakes them up and gets startled and falls off the rope.
You'll see Jibble nod, and Jared will start kind of cautiously coming down.
Okay. Are you going to intentionally try to startle the bats out of there, or are you trying to be quiet for now?
No, I'm gonna try to. I don't want to make a bigger scene. He got down safely, just being careful. Jared's gonna try to be careful, make it down the
Okay.
same way. I'll relay all the information to Zephylos. I'll say Oz wants us to be quiet because there's something in there. I'm sending Jibble in now, and then a couple minutes later, be like, looks like it's a bunch of bats. Like I would relay that when I relayed it to Oz too, but then I'd start going down the road.
Okay. Can you do the same thing?
You want a strength-based stealth
Make
check?
a strength check and then add your stealth proficiency if you have it.
Sure, I do. So that is a 14 minus 1, 13 plus 5, 18.
Okay. 13. So you shimmy your way down the rope, and it would be a lot easier if you could move a bit more freely. A few times as you're trying to lightly place your feet against the rocky surface, you slip a little bit, but you catch yourself slightly after sliding a few feet down the rope. You get some slight burns on your hands, but are otherwise fine. Um,
Wearing gloves.
Oh, damn it.
I got leather gloves, brother.
Your gloves get damaged from slipping on the rope.
Yeah.
They get some slashes on them.
I'll make a snarky
they'll
comment
need
about it when I get
repairs.
down to the bottom safely.
But otherwise, you make it down. The one time that you slip, you hear a few more squeaking noises, but no bats emerge.
Yeah. I'll have Jibble post back up in that entrance where he saw the bats, just to kind of keep alert on what's going on, keep me apprised on if they're becoming more alert.
Okay.
And I'll get to the bottom and I'll look up and just wait for Zephylos because he knows everything we know. So I'll give him a thumbs up, wait for him.
And yeah, the Majra Breath isn't cast yet because it's for when we're at the bottom.
Right.
So Zephylos is going to take his turn to do it. As mentioned before with the corpse, he doesn't wear gloves. So he's going to shimmy down.
Okay. Can you do the same thing? Strength, add your stealth prof.
Oh yeah. You guys ready for this?
Oh,
So
no,
ready.
Does he have stealth? Oh dear. He does not. Oh no.
Oh no, Turbo's still gotta come down too. We forgot, right?
Dear. Okay, so you start going down the rope, and you make it about 10 feet from the top before you have one foot that slips as you try to place it. It's like swinging in the air, and then you try to catch it back on the rock, and then the other foot slips, and now you're hanging just by your hands. You start slipping down. Your hands start hurting from the rope burn. You're like kicking at the wall to try to catch yourself because you're almost you're about to let go of the rope.
I told him be
and,
careful. I'll say to Oz as I'm witnessing.
you make quite a bit of noise doing this. You manage to retain your balance on the rope a number of feet further down. However, you have quite a bit of pain in your hands now, and you hear the squeaking noises from the bats begin to grow louder, and Jibble sees some of the bats begin to wake up, flap around a little bit inside their little hole, and
Yeah, I'm gonna say to the party,
they
look upset.
They pretty quickly start to come out of the hole, one by one, shrieking and agitated.
How big's the hole again?
It was 6 inches circle.
Do they knock Jibble out of the tube?
If he is like standing in it, yeah, they will push him out of the way to get out.
Yeah, he's gonna get pushed out then back out to where we are.
Okay.
I'm not standing in front of it because I don't need to be, so I just see a bunch of bats flying out essentially,
Yeah,
knocking Jibble out.
Yeah, so like tens of bats come out of the hole, and in fact, another nearby hole that had, as if he had gone unnoticed, some more bats start coming out of that one with all the commotion, and then a bit further to the side, there you see a much larger bat, one that is unusually large, appear, who seems to have come out of the cliff in probably a much larger hole, and start flying over towards the commotion as well. So they start swarming around in the air on either side of Zephylos, because some would come from the left, some would come from the right, and they are agitated, and they kind of like swarm and fly around Zephylos while he's trying to hang onto the rope. Some of them get like little bites and scratches on you.
DM, can I react to that? Because I'm right next to him. He's on the ground, right?
Yeah, this is happening over quite probably close to a minute. So if you guys
like when they start
shooting
out towards like us and start giving little scrapes, like then I would do something as soon as I saw them start to get in vicinity of like us.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
You'll see my my rapier come out of its sheath and glow with a crimson, and I'll make a swipe in the air at the bats. I know they're coming from all over, but as I do, I'll say, "Feel the tears of hate," and I'm doing my sword burst reflavor, and they're going to have to do a dex save, all of them, within 6 feet of us when there's a swarm of them. So good luck.
Swarm of bats. Dex save. Let's see, they get a 17. Is it half or no?
17 will make.
Yes.
So I don't think they take any damage.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah.
that a cantrip?
It is a cantrip.
Oh, that's why. Okay. You try to swing your what are you calling it? Are you calling it sword burst?
Tears of hate.
Your tears of hate.
Yeah. It's just little crimson shards of glass, essentially.
Yeah. Okay. I see. So little. You try to direct your sort of magical glass shards toward them to damage them, but they're flying all sorts of different directions. You don't manage to catch any of them. Anything else from anyone else immediately?
How big exactly is the large bat?
Yeah.
Is it like?
It is like if a large dog had wings.
Okay. That sounds like something that's. Does it look aggressive, or is it still just kind of like flying around, agitated like the other ones?
The bats are like, including the big one, are not really like necessarily trying to kill you, but trying to like drive you away.
Mm-hmm.
And it is participating in that. So it's like flying around, giving these sort of lower pitched screeching noises, trying to get you to back off, and occasionally swooping down and trying to give you a scratch.
Okay. And you said Zephylos was like only 10 feet from the
He started, I think, as a 20, and he slipped down another 20, so he's about halfway down.
halfway. Okay. I'm a yell up to him to keep climbing. We'll keep them off you as best we can. And I'm going to fire an arrow at the big one.
Okay. You can make a attack roll.
Okay. Oh.
Ooh, nice.
That was a
Juicy.
1 to a 19. And
Yeah, you do manage to hit it in its side as it's flying around. It lets out a yelp, and then it starts to kind of retreat away along the cliff to the south.
I think that's
Some of the smaller bats go and swarm and follow behind it. But a small number of them hang on behind and continue to agitate, mostly Zephylos.
I think that's about all I can do from here. I'm not going to try and pinpoint individual little bats.
Yeah.
Okay, so from the commotion of the bats disturbing him, Zephylos needs to make a dex save.
Sure thing.
Okay, 13. You almost slip as you try to retain your grip as the bats are swarming all around you, pushing against you a little bit, scratching at your head and your face and your neck and your arms. You slip a little bit more, but you manage to hold on and continue climbing downwards. And eventually, once you get close to the bottom, they they begin to swarm away from you, following the other group of bats that had left a few moments earlier. Eventually, once you hit the bottom, the last stragglers kind of fly off in different directions. So, from that ordeal, Zephylos, you take a bit of burning damage from the rope slipping on it unsafely. I need to stop rolling privately. You take 10 fire damage from some severe rope burns on your hands. And you also will take... Oh, I don't know.
Damn, at this point I should have just fallen off the 70-foot drop.
You also take 15, we'll call it slashing damage from numerous nicks from the bats.
I'm just curious, could you roll me 7d6?
Yeah, let's see how much you would have taken if you just jumped. Oh, a little bit more.
That's canted. That 5 was canted, deal.
What was
on my screen? It didn't roll flat. It was canted on my screen for some reason. It was a visual.
Oh.
But re-roll it. It was canted. No, the rule.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see it again. It's fun. 29.
No, it's worse. You're worse. You was max there. That's a good roll, though.
Yeah, those are.
Yeah, get all those good rolls out for now. Go ahead, roll it again if you want to. Get the good rolls out.
Oh yeah.
Still,
34.
Oh!
that is almost a max. That's like 2 for max, right?
Whoa. Anyway. I guess Dermo's still at the top. But now that the bats are gone, he can easily climb his way down without having to worry about disturbing them. So he does that.
Also, I took off camera because I'm eating.
Oh, not because you're sleeping?
Well, that comes after.
Correct.
Eating.
How does Dermo do? Oh, you said he gets down.
Yeah, he gets down with no problem now that the bats are gone.
Alright. Well, shall we, Oh, and Zephylos, you were gonna have Striggy do the thing now?
Yeah, I'll free the rope.
Yep, so you burn off the, I don't know, 10 feet's worth of the 50-foot rope to get it back. It does indeed separate at the tree, and then you stamp out the fire at the bottom. It's still perfectly usable, just a little bit shorter.
I'll look at the frayed end and the burnt end, and I'll say, which one of our ropes was connected to the tree, bud?
You did say that you took your rope out first.
Right.
Spam bot.
So I have a 40-foot rope. Roger.
Well, when we get next time we're in town, we'll get you a new rope and me a new tent.
I'll hold it up and I'll say, what good is a 40-foot rope when I need a 50-foot rope? I'll say thanks for saving what you could to Zephylos, and I'll like put it back in the bag.
That'll be 80% of what you need.
He nods. Still a little bit like singed in the hands and nipped all over.
The good news is it now weighs 8 pounds and not 10.
That was a good slide. You're lucky you didn't let go of the rope as a reaction.
I'll say, I burnt my gloves. I can't imagine what you did to your hands, and I'll show him my damaged gloves.
Zephylos' hands are all red and cut up a little bit.
I'll say,
Yeah.
I'd lick those if I were you, and I'll snicker.
Wait a minute.
I'll pour some water from my canteen though
Is
right
that a
after
hint?
I say that. I'm pouring water on it from my water skin if he wants.
Yeah, Zephylos will take the water.
yeah, I'm like pouring drizzles of it on there just to kind of get it cooled down and like cleared out of whatever might have, skin might be still hanging on.
Yeah, he's like, that was very unpleasant. Next
Say,
time
you
I'm
got
just gonna
any?
Misty step down.
Say, you got any you got any cloth or anything like linen saws to tear up we can put around his hands? What good's a wizard if you can't cast spells? I'm say, can you cast spells with your fucked up hands?
Oh, of course. The magic's all in the fingers.
Are you wiggling them when you say it?
Yeah, it's like
You mentally
pumps.
pictured it, didn't you? Did you picture it when he said it?
No, you can't see it, but I'm actually doing hand gestures. But
On the cloth, he doesn't need it. He says, as long as the fingers work, that's where the magic is.
You can rip off a bit of the tent fabric.
So then you need a new tent when we get back.
You do have 3/4 of a tent.
Yeah, I need a new tent anyway because
I don't think there's a lot of general stores.
What
that
color
sell
is your
one
tent, by
corner
the way?
tent.
Earthy swamp tones. I wanted it to fit in.
Like greenish gray, like a drab.
Yeah.
What's it made of? Like canvas?
I'm honestly probably just cloth.
You brought a cloth tent to a swamp.
Would they even have canvas that back then?
They have beeswax. That's how you waterproof. That's how you make canvas. Essentially, just beeswax. You put melted beeswax on cloth. It's essentially canvas. You waterproof it.
but
I have
bees
a
are in
foraging-
Catherby,
You
and
have to
we're in
go all the way
Mauritania.
to Kandar and find
I
bees.
feel like Mauritanians of all people would have ways of waterproofing stuff, because it's like always either just rainy or swampy or just
They just accept the wetness.
they just want to be wet all the time. I don't know.
No, they don't want to.
That's not how
just
Jared
don't
feels.
apply.
Jared's definitely not that way at all. But it could be just a regular cloth tent, I
Okay,
guess.
so they could have had a cotton canvas back during this rough time period. So yeah.
Made of what?
Uh,
Cotton reinforced with beeswax, melted beeswax to waterproof it or something?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. I literally have a foraging bag that's the exact same thing. That's what I mean.
Mhm.
It's just a simple item made simply. But yeah, I imagine we could probably find you one of those when we get back in town, Oz, is what I'm thinking. We could sleep back to back. That way we don't have to get our heads in the mud. Forrest Gump.
I haven't seen that movie in a while.
Yeah, making a reference here in your D&D table. Something you probably didn't expect tonight.
Right.
Who could have guessed?
So is that canon now? The waterproof canvas?
Sure, why not?
Cool. I'm gonna. I'll let him know about that. I'll be like, you should know that Tim's General Shop. He's got this new canvas kind of waterproof. They ship in bees. There's these creatures that make this thing. It's waterproof, and they put it on the cloth, and then you don't get wet anymore. Go check it out. It's not that expensive. Tim's got bunches of it now. I don't know how long you've been out of town, Oz. You should go check it out. This tent's garbage, honestly. You're due for an upgrade. Tell him I sent you. You ain't gonna get a discount or anything, but I haven't heard from him. Just make sure he's good.
Will
Check
do.
in. You know how Canifis is. I don't know if he's still running the joint. You remember Tim, right? My dad's old hunting partner.
Yeah.
Burly guy, kind of a
I
short
do.
beard. Talked like he had a bunch of teeth missing because he had a bunch of teeth missing. You know what I mean? Toothless Tim. You know Toothless Tim. You know what I'm talking about. I'm just ranting to Oz. I'm like,
he'd
go
always-
talk to him about new tent when we get
And
back.
he'd always yell at you. He still had 5 left.
Oh yeah, he's like, yeah. Oh, they used to call me 10-Tooth Tim. And, okay, Tim.
Nice.
I love this table. Make a note of that, DM. There's a general store being run by a toothless man.
Toothless Tim. Yeah, let me write that down.
And he used to be Jared's dad's old hunting buddy, so that's canon now. You let that happen at your table. Congrats.
There's no way we could possibly abuse that in the
Waiting
future.
for those crows to come back to roost. Can't wait for that RP moment when we go to the general store and we have to hear him roleplay a toothless angel. Right? You're not thinking. You could have thought far ahead. I'm thinking, playing 3D chess over here with the RP. I'm excited. That's in my notes now. That's canon, DM. You can't untake it out of your notes.
Unless he mysteriously died within the past 3 days.
You wouldn't dare. You wouldn't fucking dare do that to Toothless Tim. He's been around.
You don't think I'll kill Toothless
Can't
Tim?
even say toothless Tim without just picturing a man with like 5 teeth, honest to God. Swears the man calls himself Toothful Dan. Or Toothful Tim. Toothful Tim. Ain't full of anything but shit. I love him. I love Tim. I die for Tim.
Anyhow, with that out of the way, party continues. Further east then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Off we go.
Off we go! One
On
more
adventure.
square. Amazing. We have encountered one of the map's infrequent dotted lines that don't actually exist in real life unless I say so.
Okay.
But there is a dotted line
More importantly, there's a bridge.
here. And a bridge.
Is that actually there?
Only if the dotted line is. Which it's not.
All right.
So the bridge ain't
Um,
there either.
No. Unless I say so. Which I don't.
Hmm.
Yet. Okay. What was that 3 squares so far? Okay. One more for the day will bring us to about here. An hour or 2 before you guys are starting to feel too tired to continue. Let's see. Can I get some perception checks, please?
Yeah, boy.
Is it based on sight?
Yes. Are you smelling things?
Hold your applause, ladies and gentlemen. My second nat 20 of the night.
Nice.
Wow.
I can smell really far. You guys have I can smell crime, you know that?
can smell crime.
He's-
Amazing. One more for me. Okay. Let's see. I think who rolled the highest? Striggy with a 22.
Jibble would roll too, right?
Yeah, you can have Jibble roll.
I always forget what we roll.
That Velos is legally blind, so this is
We
his
roll
service owl.
We'll get to roll the slaves as well. Doesn't he have advantage on that? Keen sight or keen smell? What's he got?
I don't know. A
No, he
rat?
doesn't.
I don't think they have keen senses.
No, he doesn't. I just checked to make sure. But could not recall. Beat a 5, Striggy.
Could have been better.
Alright.
Okay. As you guys are continuing onward, you can see up ahead, there are a pair of ghasts. that just about spot you when who is it? Striggy begins to hoot to alert their presence. So you are. Oh god, why did I not open that map the right way? Come on now. Toggle navigation. There we go. Okay, so you can see them up ahead, about 60 feet up in front of you. And they have just spotted you and are immediately rushing in towards you. What is Richard? Oh god, what is that? Who is that?
It's your classic Canophysian? I don't know what they'd call themselves.
Canophyte.
Canophyte? Okay.
Menophyte.
That's fair, yeah. That's Toothful Tim, as he calls himself.
Toothful Tim? I thought he was
That's what he calls
Toothless
himself.
Tim.
No one calls him that except for himself.
Toothful or Toothful?
He always says, they don't call me Toothful Tim for nothing. We always say, they really don't call you that, Tim, for nothing. You can't get them to call you that. You could put a mouthful of teeth in there and they wouldn't call you that, Tim.
Okay.
His saying is, we'll fight nail and tooth to beat the deal.
We'll fight
So what
nails.
direction are the
He
gas?
also has
We'll
no
fight
fingernails.
nail for the deal. He doesn't have any teeth to spare.
He has no fingernails either.
It's so good. Toothless Tim Arc win.
That's so stupid.
Love it.
Okay. Okay, gas are approaching. Do something, quick.
I'm gonna get my jar of dirt.
Yeah, are we just going to test out these new Ghostbuster photon rays?
Like compared to Filliman didn't have, they just went through them, I guess. So I'm gonna throw it at these gas. How far off are they, DM?
Okay.
Yeah, you want to
Let us go into combat.
That's
Oh!
it. I quit. I quit.
You're scaring Zach. How could you say those words?
Yeah, and with Dermo not here, the ratio, he's gone. He actually left. Shit, that was
He's
good.
Welcome
With
back,
Dermo
Vlad.
gone, a third of the
promise.
party is now upset with you
Promise.
instead of a quarter. It's just gone up. It's getting worse, DM. This problem's getting worse.
Oh no.
A third of the party's
Don't
upset
worry,
with
there's
you now.
only 2. You can do it.
If I leave, then half the party will be upset, and that's rounded up the entire party, dude. It's all your fault.
Oh, let's see. Oz is navigating, so he should be in the front. Do that.
Yeah, that looks right.
Permission to bird?
Yeah.
Yeah, permission to.
Yeah. Bird
That would be on my shoulder.
and rat.
Yeah.
There you go. And bird and rat. Up.
Let's orient Gibble. Oh, you don't have that mod that lets you orient. Dang.
Rotate them? Yeah, you can rotate them.
It's control mouse wheel.
It's
I thought.
shift mouse wheel.
Shift mouse wheel. Got it.
Or
Okay.
you can do control for smaller.
Oh, it's not letting me do it. Either way, it's not letting me do it. Huh. It just zooms me in for that. Yeah, it lets you do it, but not me. Either way, not that big. Not that big a deal.
Okay.
It should do.
Oh, I better roll for Turbo. Okay, who had the pouches?
I do, and Zephylos does.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jared and Zephylos. Oz, gas are approaching.
Well, I don't have a pouch, so I'm gonna say let's try out those new toys, and then I'm gonna run up here and draw my bow. And can I use my action to ready an arrow fire for when they've used the thing on the ghasts?
Yep.
Alrighty. And that will be my turn.
Okay, first one will fly on up, its arms outstretched, wailing. And it will go for... Jared is actually a little closer, so he's gonna go for Jared.
Oz.
The moving target.
Sorry, Oz. He saw the first guy run. He's like, I'm going after him.
Don't let him
Uh,
escape.
Don't let him get away. He will make a slash at you with his claws. Yeah, which will miss as you duck out of the way. Jared.
All right. It's gonna be a little bit crazy. So you tell me what I can get away with.
Okay.
I'm going to be doing this as I'm running to Oz. But essentially, I'm gonna force a mouthful of dirt into Jibble, and then yeet him.
What? Say that again?
I don't want to. Actually, I don't think that's what I want to do, but I don't want to say it again. It's very cruel, but it's what Jibble would want, because Jibble loves cruel. Can you do that? What would that take for me to run up here? I could get here.
What are you attempting to do?
Jibble's on my shoulder. I'm
Yes.
going for the dirt already in my
Yeah.
hand. Like
You
I
know
want.
you can do it at range.
Yeah, I know, but
You want the flavor of throwing dirt on this ghast.
well, I'm gonna throw dirt on this gas in front of her.
Yeah.
But I'm going to just have Jibble just eat up a nice little mouthful of dirt, as much as he's a rat, so he can get probably a good bit in there. I seem that's
Mhm.
mouth. And then I'm just gonna like yeet him, literally yeet him over here.
You're gonna throw him.
Yeah, brother.
Where are you throwing him?
I pinged it right. I want to throw it to the other gas that I saw.
Oh, over there. Okay,
Mhm.
how far is that? Do you guys think you could throw a large rat 40 feet?
No, I'm throwing it from here.
Oh, from
so it's
there.
like,
That's still 35 feet.
that's still 30, 40 feet.
40 feet.
Let's see. Hold on. How
Yeah,
much
go
does
get a
the
pet. No,
average
we're not doing that.
rat
Okay, you can
weigh?
throw-
We're gonna figure it out right here.
No,
About a
no,
pound,
we're not doing,
half pound to a
this
pound.
anymore. I'm making a ruling. You can throw him 30 feet.
It's
you
more
could
generous
throw
than I
him-
would have been.
Baseball
throw him
weighs
to, like,
a
here.
baseball weighs less on average than a rat. I get that you can't throw a rat like a ball, but like I can throw a baseball from the outfield to the infield. That's like at least 100 feet, and I'm
You
not
can
that
throw
strong.
him to here.
I'm not that strong.
Neither is Jared.
Jared
neither
is less
Jared.
strong than
Now,
the average.
unfortunately, when you throw Gibble,
Returning
he
to the
takes
question,
3d6
throw-
fall damage and
could I
dies
throw a rat a
instantly.
fraction of the distance? Could I throw a
Balls.
rat a fraction of the distance I could throw a baseball? That's the
You
question.
can throw him 30 feet.
Okay, that's fair. I don't think he makes it still, but he'll land there. He'll have his turn. He'll know what to do as well. But yeah, I'm gonna run up to here is where I make it with my movement.
Mhm.
And I am going to probably that's my action and my bonus action, so I'm gonna do that.
Alright.
Item interaction and then throwing is probably my action. So I probably have a bonus action still, or what?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I have anything I want to do. I'll
Wait, don't you have the pouch?
yeah, it's in my hand. That's what I fished out. That was my item interaction, right?
Yeah.
It's a bonus action to use
It's
it.
a bonus action to use the pouch.
Okay, then that's my turn.
You want to use the pouch?
I didn't use it. I used it in the terms of I fed Jibble dirt from it. If that's using it, I would say that's using it because he's going to use it.
preloading Gibble with it, clearly.
Oh.
He's going to use it on his turn, so it's like I use the utility. I would call it. That's fine. That's
Sure.
my turn. It's my turn.
Sure. Okay.
Dermo.
Dermo, I don't know. He'll hold
He'd shillelagh, but he'd say it wrong.
He's gonna cast Shillelagh and then hold an Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, he'd say shillelagh.
Against whichever ghast is affected by True Pouch first. And he'll stay there.
Okay. I look at the one before me. I look at this one. It looks like we're all going gang up on this one, so. Gibble has the other one. That's fine. I'll go up to him, and as a bonus action, I will unleash the power of the druidic pouch.
Amazing. It makes a con save. And narrowly misses the DC. So you see this ghast, which up until now is very translucent. It's almost impossible to see unless you're like looking right at it. As you hold up the pouch, extending your arm toward it, you speak the you speak the druidic word. You say manja, and
I hate it.
Mangia mangiare!
I fucking hate that so much. That's like
We're gonna
I'm
take a better
Italian,
one.
so my family is like, oh, I hate it. They're druids now, aren't they? My family's canonically druids. I hate
They're
it.
canonically druids now. You speak the druidic word, and a sort of waving green bolt of magical energy shoots from the pouch and strikes the ghast in the chest. It lets out a loud wail, and you can see its body begin to glow a little bit, and it becomes fully opaque, looking almost more like a skeleton covered in a green sheet now than a ghost. The glowing stops shortly after, but it's no longer translucent as the pouch strikes it.
Alright.
That will trigger Dermo's readied action as well as Oz's.
Okay. I'll have him do that first
So
before I hit the roll.
technically they will go first.
Yeah.
So I was AFK. Which one is this getting used on?
The one that's right next to Oz.
And I shooting in melee is disadvantage, right?
Let's see, I believe Dermo gets 2 blasts. You missed both.
24 at disadvantage. Yikes.
Longbow 24 hits for 6. Okay.
I mean, I rolled a 15 and a 20, so
Yeah, you lost the crit. That's a bummer.
Why are more things rolling? What was that?
Oh, that's my actual turn. I'm gonna ice blast it.
Oh, was that you? Okay. I thought that they looked like my dice for a second. Okay. Oh, did you hit it? 20 for 12 cold. Okay. All right. The arrow and the ice rush strike the ghast, and you see it shriek in pain once again. Or I guess for the first time, you see it shrieking in pain. Part of the sort of now opaque rags that cover its body begin to tear a little bit as it's struck. It's already 1 blood splat level of damage.
What's it look
Okay.
like when they're like getting hit?
Really, it looks like it would for an ordinary creature, probably similar to like what it looks like when you're damaging say a skeleton or a zombie. You see what have the appearance of like physical like pierces and tears in the sort of wispy garment that it's wearing, or even the bony structure beneath.
So, like, when we're hitting these things, it looks like human flesh falling apart.
Yeah.
Okay. When the dirt hit it, what did that look like? Did you verbalize? I don't remember hearing you saying what it looked like when he threw the dirt.
Did he throw the dirt yet?
Yeah, he did. That's what made it so that you could hit these.
No, using the... It's not the dirt that actually does it. It's the pouch shoots like green lightning.
Oh, using the pouch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I picked that up, nor did Jared. But that's okay. Thought the dirt did something once it was inside the pouch.
Okay. No, the pouch acts more as like a kind of like a wand that you can activate to force the ghast to make a saving throw against the effect. If you want for this turn, you could still have Jibble essentially activate the pouch from where he's standing.
Yeah, he would have. It's fine because Danny did it when he came in range, but it's okay. I'm gonna keep
I'll
Jibble where
put
he
a
is.
little targeted icon on him since he is opaque now.
Yeah,
On this
And
guy.
Driggy's just gonna hold his turn to. Actually, no, he's not gonna hold his turn. He's just gonna help action and then fly a little bit back.
Let's see, and then... Oh, now what am I supposed to use for help action?
Jibble's gonna follow
Let's see.
through with what he's
Distracted.
doing.
There.
And he's
Okay.
going to, with his mouth full of dirt, because that's what he thought he was supposed to do, jump up and make a bite attack, which is probably going to fail.
Do you want to have him essentially activate the pouch with the dirt that he...
I was hoping the dirt is like, once the dirt was, I misunderstood how the pouch functioned. So essentially, because of how the pouch works, what he's doing is null, but both I and Jared misunderstood that. So he's going to follow through anyways and learn how the pouch works, which is not like that.
Yeah,
So
he spits out a mouthful of dirt at the ghast.
yeah, and instantly I will learn exactly how the pouch works, and I will use
Which
the pouch.
does not quite seem to do much, but it does distract it for a moment.
I'll say so. That's his turn.
Okay. Let's see. The ghast will sort of turn its attention a little bit toward Jibble, distracting it for a moment, and kind of slowing it as it attempts to approach the group.
Yeah, Jibble's gonna take the opportunity of attack.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, he will. But...
His teeth go straight through the ghast, having no effect.
No one saw that one coming, damn.
Who could have guessed? Okay.
Who
It
could've
did have to
gaffed?
dash.
Who
to
could have
reach
gaffed?
Dermo. Haha. It'll go there and its turn.
The puns are always good.
I am going to bonus action disengage.
This one has help action on it, by the way.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you want a disadvantage, right?
Yeah. And then shoot at it.
Get him.
Well, yeah, you're a Roganger.
Do
You disengage for free, pretty much.
yeah. Do range attacks also benefit from the help action?
Yeah, it's all attacks.
Nice. For some reason, I thought you had to be adjacent or melee.
Okay, a mod 20 for 6.
That'll be
And
my
you
turn.
see more of the sort of wispy cloth covering it begin to rip and tear. And you see these what is a kind of strange sight because it's still its like body is still behaving in like a ghost-like way, but it's not translucent anymore. It has this very bizarre appearance. As bits of it start to kind of wisp off of it as it moves around. As it's sort of being torn apart. Let's see, the ghast will try to go after Jared here, and he's no longer distracted, so let me remove that. Distracted. There it is. Okay. And it will make a strike against him with his claws, which hits with a 15.
Yep.
To deal, let's see, what was it? 8 slashing and 4 necrotic damage, and rotting 1 portion of your food.
I don't have any food left, so.
Oh,
Correct.
get wrecked. It does not rot any food if you do not have any.
You can't rot what I don't got, bud. My stomach's
no.
turning. My stomach
No.
is turning, probably.
I gave away the anti-ghast meta. Just don't carry food.
That's what I do. Just can't poison brews. RuneScape logic, right? It's a drink. It's a brew. It heals you, though. It's a drink. They can't touch it. So I am going to. We're best buds here. Me and this guy. He's looking a
Oh,
little
yeah.
beat up.
He's looking very beat up.
Very beat up. Okay.
Put a second blood splat on him. You couldn't see that one. There.
I'm going to take the dodge action and move here. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, oh yeah, it's gonna make an
Did
attack.
you not take the attack?
It is going to make it, sorry.
At disadvantage because I'm dodged.
Oh, it manages to still get a 17.
Fine. What's he hit for?
10 slashing, 2 necrotic.
Yeah, I just don't want to be fighting that thing alone either, and I also don't have much besides melee right now at this moment I want to do. So that's fine. It's my turn, I guess.
Did you want to use the pouch on this guy? Because he's still translucent.
Yeah, I did. That's what I wanted to do.
Oh, okay.
Is that a bonus action?
Bonus action.
Yeah, that's what I'll do then.
It fails, so it now is visible.
The good news is I got the next character ready to go. You just roleplay a character enough to get attached to him, and then you just bring him. Trick.
Okay, Dermo is just gonna hit it with his shillelagh because he's on autopilot. Yeah, he missed.
Okay. So let's use our bonus action to try getting this gas with the become solid juice.
He already is.
Oh, hog.
Jared got him.
Let's go in for a stab on him then. Only booming blade. That's my turn, GM. I'll have Striggy do the help action on this one, then fly back away.
Rip. Okay. Rat.
Rat's gonna realize his attempts were ineffective, and he is going to. What's he got? 20 feet of movement? Yeah, okay, that's 25. Going to move and dash. That's his turn.
Alright. Okay, this ghast is going to, oh gee. Yep, he's going to attack Dermo. Yep. And he misses. Zach's turn again.
Staring at the screen. My brain was just like, no, it's not my turn yet.
Silly brain.
Yeah.
This guy has another help action on him again.
Yeah, I'm just shooting that one again.
Alright, with an 11, dead, it's already dead. You are able to finish off this ghast as you strike it with your final arrow. You can hear it shrieking and wailing once again for longer this time. You see this sort of faint, pure white glow begin to appear within its chest, which glows a little bit brighter as the green gassed part kind of fades away until it is completely gone, and you see this sort of white, translucent silhouette of an ordinary kind of humanoid shape form around the white glow, and then slowly float upward into the sky.
Well, looks like we're releasing them.
Let's see. He's dead. Get him out of here. Jared.
Yeah, Jared is going to. This guy is looking fresh to death. He's got his Supreme Yeezys on or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take he hasn't been touched at all, right?
Nope.
I am going to Scourge Blade, which is a Booming Blade reflavor.
And
But I need to do an attack with my rapier.
yeah, you make a regular weapon attack and then you add that.
It was pretty much an attack. And so that's a 24 plus 7
that's
damage.
7 and 13 is at 20.
You what?
7 and 13, that's 20, right?
20, yep.
Or is it where? Oh wait, does it only do? It suffers the weapon attacks.
It
normal
takes the
effects.
damage, so if it moves, it takes the 13. But it'll roll again when it takes it. It hasn't taken. It's sheathed in energy right now. If it moves, it takes the thunder. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
It takes on a hit, the target suffers the weapon's normal effects and then becomes
It's
sheathed
sheathed in energy. If it moves, then
until
the effects, the damage will
if
take
it
place.
willingly moves, it
Yeah.
takes an additional 1d8. 5th level. At 5th level, the melee attack deals an extra 1d8 thunder damage.
Yeah.
And the damage it takes when moving increases to 2d8. So you do 7 plus 1d8 thunder right now.
I'm 5th level.
Yeah.
I'm a level 5 character. Do I not get that
Yeah.
extra? Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, it rolled that.
It rolled 2d8. Let's see. What you need is 1d8 though. Do I just take the first one?
At 5th level, the melee attack deals an extra d8, i.e. the
Yep.
second d8 rolled. No? And the target moving increases to 2d8. It also gets a d8, right?
Yeah. Okay. I need a 1d8 thunder to give it. Which one do I use?
The first one's a 7.
Alright, we'll use
They
that.
both rolled about the same. So
Okay. 14 damage. Pop. Okay.
yeah.
Alrighty.
Alright, that will activate my invocation Thirsting Blade,
Oh,
correct?
what is this? You can attack with your packed weapon twice when you take the attack action on your turn.
Did I not take the attack action? No, I took did Booming Blade, which forced an
Ooh,
attack
good
action.
question.
Yeah, it forced
yeah,
an
you
attack
took the
damage.
booming blade action.
Alright, I'll do that next turn.
Hmm.
No worries. He's
Okay.
still up. Setting up the combo. Dermo.
Mm-hmm. And let's see, Dermo was I didn't target it correctly. Okay, he got a 25 to hit.
Well,
9
was it a
damage.
crit?
Nope.
Roll it again because he's flanked a guy. Just kidding. It's a +2, right?
We get +2 for flanks.
Yeah. Give you a shit.
Yep.
Just a good
Okay.
roll.
Right. So there's only one alive, and it's currently vulnerable.
Yep.
Both things I like to hear.
I don't know if a ghost can look moist, but they're looking moist. This guy's looking bloody as shit.
Oh yeah. I mean, you seen the art?
Yeah, I mean, it's a bloody ghost. and I'm
A
not
weird,
British
wet,
about it.
swampy ghost.
I'll use Dog Slayer 3000 again.
Dog Slayer.
This is a booming blade, so if it hits, you'll do an additional
That's cool there, yeah. Oh my ghost.
1 thunder damage.
It does
What a
look
good
like it's
cantrip.
wet. Okay, 4 and 1.
Mhm.
Amazing.
I'm a useful member of the party.
Yes, okay, it's almost dead. It's almost
Fergie
dead,
will
almost
take
dead.
out a knife and finish it out.
Go peck at him with your beak.
He can actually fly up, do the help action, fly a bit back.
Aw,
So that's pretty cool. That's what he does.
okay. Jibble.
Jibble is going to run and try to swat the dagger out of Zephylos' hand.
What? Nice.
I protest.
That's fine. I'll make an attack on his hand. 18.
On its shield. And
I don't
wonder
want to
why
do
the
like I don't want to do like lethal damage. I just want to bite so he unhands the dagger, right?
yeah, and I want to keep it in my hand. So
Yeah, I get
shield.
that. I get that.
Shields.
So you hold the dagger still. All right, it's Jibble's turn.
Okay, well, while that's happening, the ghast is gonna take another swipe at somebody. And, oh, he chose dirt. Okay. Yep. And he hits him for 14 total damage. And let me get rid of some more of his food. Okay. Alright. Back to Oz. It's almost dead.
Get a better shot over here.
And you have advantage.
Nice.
Okay. And that will be enough to finish this one off too, and in a similar fashion the green ghast shape fades away into nothing, leaving behind a white humanoid shape which floats up into the sky, disappearing. And the ghast is gone.
I'm gonna point at the rat and say, "Keep him away from me, or it's going to cost you 10 gold."
I'll throw him 10 gold. And Jibble will jump down.
I'll pocket Werewolf Slayer 3000.
I'm gonna say he's got a mind of his own with something. What was he going after?
My hand.
He doesn't just attack hands for no reason. What was on it?
No, I was maybe too busy fighting the ghost in front of me.
Weird rat, I'll say.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. And I'll like put my hand out to grab Jibble and I'll start talking to him in Infernal.
And I overhear what they're saying.
It's fake Infernal, it's not Infernal.
Okay.
Fake infernal?
Yeah, I'm gonna make sounds like I've heard him make, and I'm just gonna say it quietly to him, like to make it look like, you know, build the ploy.
Very good.
Just a lot of like heavy throat breathing, just sounds that aren't really. But if someone spoke Infernal, they'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But like, no one here speaks Infernal. I don't
That
think.
might be what Zephylos is doing, doesn't he speak?
Yeah, he might be trying.
Zephylos is very fluent in Infernal.
Yeah, he's probably like, "What the fuck is he saying?" I'm just walking away with him in my hand, like trying to play this whole thing. We're just whoop, over here, swamp things. What are you doing, rat? You know, silly rat and fake Infernal.
Silly rat. Daggers are for
Shit,
Zephylos.
kids.
Daggers are for kids. Oh, look how not far we are from Barrows now.
I mean, I still feel like we're hella far away from there.
It's only
We're not even. We're like 4 or 5
you could
days.
get there in 4 days.
Yeah,
if you
4
wanted
days.
For some reason.
Banning
I have-
recording. we're
I
out
have
of
absolutely zero reason to be there.
Yeah, I'm out of resources, so I definitely don't want to go there
For now.
for now.
Okay. Let's wrap up for tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm starting to drift.
Yep. We saw from the video.
We didn't
before.
say we didn't put Danny to sleep with his, his sleepy secret words.
Yeah. We put
If we
Zach
say
to
them,
sleep
then
in
he's gonna
combat.
pass out. So let's just go and let's let him start with them.
What would you like me to start with?
If I say it, you're gonna pass out, bud.
No, trust, say it.
I don't trust like that.
Okay. So my favorite thing another player did. Definitely when Dermo did that ritual. Oh my gosh, August, amazing. Super cool of you. Epic. No. Actually, honestly, I it might just because it's really recent in my mind, but Jibble looking out for his werewolf homies by not liking the Werewolf Slayer 3000. Pretty good.
Hey, who are you calling a werewolf?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. No one here. There's been no.
Oh no, I'm starting to get a hunch. I don't know.
You don't know. So you're making assumptions based on what?
I don't know. It's call it intuition.
Let's call it racism. Is what it sounds like.
Is it because I have shaggy black hair? Is that?
Yeah, you don't have
that it?
shaggy hair. You don't have shaggy matted hair and lick your wounds. Weird. Whatever.
Zoinks.
One man licks his wounds and instantly you assume he's a dog. That's fucked up, Danny.
Speaking of dogs licking their wounds, did you know that the canine saliva is actually helps heal wounds?
Yeah.
Human too. I used to go to school for biotechnology, and one of my thesis projects was trying to isolate the gene in saliva and the protein in saliva that has regenerative processes to apply it to practical medicine.
Whoa.
Well, not as cool as that, but same book, I guess. I used to lick my friends and they healed a lot faster. So I know.
Oh.
Fair. Favorite thing I did? Oh no, I wasn't cool at the session.
The shield description was neat. You should give yourself credit for
I
that.
thought burning the rope was creative.
It was creative,
Okay.
but I liked the description for the army that was super Zephylos kind of in theme, I felt.
Hell yeah. Okay, yeah. I flavoring my magic is always been
I felt like out of an anime, like just like ancient scripts, just like floating around and then binding to him and becoming parts of armor, like a jigsaw as they all came flying to him like a storm. I kind of visualized that. It felt cool.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. Something that GM did. Shout out to unorthodox rolls. Strength stealth check. What a thought process.
Love
A
it.
That's
coward.
probably the weirdest one that I've done
That one's fun.
so far, but I'm glad that I did it.
That one was
Normally,
very fun.
The first one people that usually go to think of is like, oh yes, a strength intimidation check. That's like that's like the big one that people use.
Well, you can technically do anything with anything if you can flavor it correctly.
It's just
So
that there's not a lot of times where it's justified, or it's more difficult to think of
Like a
ways to
strength-based
justify it.
history check. That's muscle memory, boy.
Muscle memory. Oh my god, that's genius.
You like that shit? It's free.
That's
Get
my
out.
3 favorites.
I'm gonna actually save that one for later. I want to say, Jim, can I make that history check with Frank?
Muscle memory.
You can make all your strength checks.
I always let my players do anything they want if they can rationalize how it makes sense, and if it makes sense in my head, like I have a really fucked up head, then I let it slide real cool every time. Like, it doesn't fuck up any of the story, and you guys are having fun. Cool, I'm here for it. Strength-based history check. Give it to me. You know what I mean? Let's see how that muscle memory looks like. It sucked. We're never doing that again.
Cool. But yeah, that's my 3.
I'll go. So something that the DM did that I liked was Filliman play home defense. That was great.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. My favorite thing someone else did. You trying to fucking get in bed with him?
Jared could not wrap his head around how a ghost needs shelter, but 4 humans don't, or 4 living things don't. What is in that tree that is so sacred? So something that the DM did was definitely that. And then just being like, please, I could hear the struggling DM being like, don't make a druid attack you.
Please, I didn't write a stat block.
Exactly, like that's what I heard.
I didn't write a spell list, so don't make me.
But Jared's just really been trying to. There's a lot he doesn't understand here, so that kind of ties into what my favorite thing was. Is there's a lot that Jared doesn't understand here in the swamp, even though he's lived here. So throwing the dirt and like figuring all these little things out, running his hand through the ghost, patting the shoulder, seeing the different things, right? Comparing. He's kind of gathering some information about stuff he's read about, I guess is a way to say it, right? From his little fairy tale book that he's got that's becoming less and less fairy tale. Something that someone else did that I enjoyed. As always, man, the RP is just great in the party here. I love it every week. It's just the best part of the session. Like, I love the story too, but like it's secondary to how good the RP is some nights, I'll be honest. But on that, my favorite thing someone else did was Zach with the yes anding Toothless Timothy. How do we top that NPC as a? I was just too. We're gonna get back to Canifus, and it's gonna be so immersive and beautiful because me and Zach have just made these whack characters the entire time we've been in the swamp, and I'm looking forward to that. DM hasn't said no to any of it. He just said that maybe they're all dead, which is totally something that happened. But good luck killing a whole lively city. We got time. The more we RP, every time we RP, 4 NPCs you have to kill. DM.
Yeah, right.
Speaking of new NPCs, I don't know if y'all noticed the hint I dropped in at a potential romance interest for my character.
Oh.
When
Talking about the cuddling for warmth.
It's
No,
tricky,
when-
isn't it?
yes,
There was a lot of hints, Zach. You're trying to be subtle, but you're just not a subtle guy. You've been giving off a lot of hints the whole session.
when
The snuggling, Striggy, the suggestive looks to Filliman when he was doing the ritual in the circle. What was it? What is it?
when Jared said, there'd be nobody who'd wanna mate with me. It'd be cool if I didn't have.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll introduce you when we get back to Canifus.
Fair.
But,
Oh yeah, because mage armor makes people sterile.
Yeah, that's another joke. I have to put that in my notes because that's a good one too.
So my 3 favorite things. GM, that can we have more of that combat, please? Like, I love combat.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
fun.
it's.
Oh, oh my god. Let's put all the combat back in, you guys. We're gonna go back to.
No, my favorite thing. I love the description on those gas.
Yeah, great.
Especially their deaths, and the like, I don't know. It was just like, even though I had seen that particular artwork that you posted before, like if I hadn't, that is what I would have been picturing, just based on how you described them, and the way they
It's a
took
wet ghost.
damage. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
wet
it's a wet
ghost
ghost.
salad fingers.
That's basically.
So salad fingers wet ghost.
And then their like death animation that was really chill. I
Yeah.
like that. The favorite thing that another player is also the favorite thing for me was Shav and I are RPing and coming up with Toothless Tim. That was a lot of fun. That threw me back to
What
Daisho
does
and
Toothless
Con.
Tim do
Yeah.
in Canifus again? He has a
He
shop?
runs the general store, and my bullet points on him.
He's got 5 teeth, damn it!
He used to be
He's the dentist.
Jared's father's old hunting buddy.
Hmm.
because Jared's father was a hunter for the village.
Mm-hmm.
And he sells waterproof tents, which is what spurred the whole thing.
He invented waterproof
He didn't
tents.
invent it. He just got beeswax, and they told him how it works, and it's a great product that he sells them.
Mm.
He ain't no pioneer or nothing. If you ask him, that's what he'd say.
I will go, something that I did, I enjoyed the sort of, ghost-related descriptions of stuff that I did. So, the transformation from the ghost to the nature spirit, the way that the ghast's souls are freed when they're destroyed. I really tried to kind of lead into that, and it was also fun to just throw a pretty easy. I say pretty easy, but still, Jared almost got knocked out again. An easier combat.
It's easy if you
Just-
almost died. It's hard if you did, you know?
True. An easier combat with a few ghasts to showcase the significant, really significant step that the party has taken in the story and in their capabilities here with acquiring the druid pouches. So I'm glad that we were able to do that. Something that you guys did. RP and inventing new characters is always fun. Then I don't have to do the work myself. And then something somebody else did. The little touch with the with Gibble and the dagger. At first I was like, what the heck is he doing? And then I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I have fun here. That's what I have fun here, you know? I don't try to be like I could have attacked him and done damage, you know, or whatever, but I didn't want to do that. I just wanted the effect of what I was trying
Just
to
wasted
portray.
his shield spell.
That's fine if that's all that happened. It was for the sake of story and depth, and I don't think anyone here had an issue with it. That kind of stuff, at least. It's not like I'm making a habit of it. It felt right.
Okay.
Sometimes Jibble just takes over, you know?
That was everybody, right?
Yeah.
Everyone? Okay. Great.
Dermo, you want to go?
August, what you got for us?
Alright.
Okay.
Consciousness is eluding me. I need to go.
Alright.
Fair enough.
I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Have a good
session.
week, y'all. Thank you for the
Bye.
session.
Good session,
Peace
everybody.
out.
Good night.